destabilize this country. They have no facts. They have no... Look at the amount of killings and murders that had under the tenure of the PNM government. Where was that little girl? Where was Abdullah? Where was Farouk? You disgrace your father, boy. Where was all of them who? Where was that youth man and that red jersey? This is the first time I see a kill him, and this is the first time I see people hands up. You see all that? I calling out to the Prime Minister and the government of this country. Put on all the foot with this matter. Settle this matter now. You understand? All they not even there a year yet. And them fell up. Eh? They fell up and they resorting to violence. Eh? Up to now I ain't hearing nothing from the... I want to hear from the leader of the opposition. And the ministers. How we hearing from them? Eh? I want to hear from them on this matter. All they're trying to destabilize this country. It can't work. I say so. And I is not no fanatic. I is not no PN, no UNC forever. You understand? I believe in a fair chance for everybody. The people was there. The people going there legally. The population put them there. You understand? So where's the problem? Where's the issue? Every government, when they go to this fire and hire, every government. So what they're telling me, you understand? What they're trying to find ways to destabilize this country. I calling on the Prime Minister, Miss Kamala, you understand? Put down your foot, send out your forces, stop this shit. There's a SOE, and if they could do this in our SOE, they're setting no example, you understand, to the younger ones that are coming up. You understand? So that if something should happen again in the future, you understand? They will use this as a precedent. You understand? Or they are allowing the shit to go on for too long. You ain't even seeing family members as our best friend. You understand? Best friends, and they're playing the ass, they all on the promenade, are flicking SOE. You understand? We could have gone so long time in a SOE, or in a state of emergency. They don't lock up the ass already. You understand? All they're saying is that you see a man with his hands up. But I don't want to cuss because so much people has been listening to me. I don't want to set the example. That is all they're saying. You have a man with his hands up. So what do you ask? You understand? Let the police, the DPP, and let these people and them do the work. Why? One set of black lawyers, how much fucking passes all they have? Eh? How much passes all they have? What law school all they went to? You understand? The poor police and them all they pay. I sure they have family with fucking police. You understand? I sure and soldiers. Well, they disgracing them. I want the government to put down the fucking foot on this thing now. You understand? And lock up all who are the fucking lock up. Because they're taking this thing for a pappy show now. You understand? Let the fucking authorities and them do the work. Only are the people living and moving in fear. With a pissing tail little fucking girl and them. Boy, all they getting me mad, boy. And nothing to say on this fucking matter again. I want to see how stupid the fucking police. A big police service and a big fucking army and all they are these people and them playing the mother cunt. And I say, what kind of example are they setting for the younger ones that are coming up? And never cuss. But you know why I had a curse? Because this thing could turn out to be very serious.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Renaissance Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live on the Workers' Rights Network and Trinidad and Tobago. We was to play the entire clip for you to see and for you to understand. Today is the 5th of the 6th month, 2026. Today we are live in the Workers' Rights Studio. We are live on Facebook. No, not Facebook. We live on YouTube. We live on TikTok. We are in the Workers' Rights Studio here, live. Candice only trying to text and text. Just before the show, we texting, and I'm mad concerning the things I am hearing. This individual is speaking. And Trinidad and Tobago. You hear what our man would have just said? You hear some of the fanatics that exist within the UNC. You hear where they're trying to push the narrative, let the police lock up without charging people, without evidence. Up till now, we have a SOE that we don't have no facts around. A boss SOE. But yet still the man pushing police brutality in this country and aiding the government and ushering them on. To hold people, to arrest them, to shut them up. He called those little girls pissing tail little girls. And he would have made several profession of profanity. And we ain't see nobody lock him up. We ain't see nobody pay him up within the UNC. It's because they like what they hear. And you are hearing this thing going on forever underneath the UNC government. You hear Annie Roberts, you hear Philip Edward Alexander, and you hear that big G.I. Joe, Roger Alexander, who I, in my wisdom, believe don't have common sense. The Riddler, they call me, they tell me I call him the Riddler, so I will call him the Riddler Candice. And with that, I will introduce Miss Edwards, who have been long awaiting to say something. Go ahead, Miss Edwards.
Hi, pleasant good afternoon, guys. So I'm here in studio with Mr. Renaissance Jeffrey. Right, so this is the first time I would have seen that video with that gentleman. He seems to be a very bitter person. I wonder if it's either he living on a different planet. Because I'm listening to the kind of jackassness this man is stating. He's staring on the government to abuse people.
Miss Edwards, I would like you to talk into the mic, and I know you like to see yourself in the screen, but we need to face the audience as it is. I know that. Gentlemen, once that screen around, and women like to see themselves within the screen. I don't know if you're looking different, Candice, but you go ahead. Let me hear what you have to say. Go ahead, Candice.
Before I was rudely interrupted by this gentleman here. Yeah, this man had to be a better person. He's calling on the government to lock up people for voicing their opinion. Nah, something had to be wrong with this man. Something is definitely wrong. No, I would have come across him from time to time on TikTok, but I don't ever stop to listen to him because...
to come around a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I don't really stop to listen to him because he seems to be a very ignorant person, but because of Mr. Jeffrey, I would have happened to listen to the whole video. He had to be a very, very evil person. Something wrong with that man. That man bitter, you know. All listen to the kind of things this man is jeering the government to do. Nah, something wrong with the boy Fireborn he is.
And ladies and gentlemen, the only reason why we are having this live, this unscheduled live today, is that this evening we're having no live here. Because I have some engagement to engage in this afternoon. And Candice just, I know Candice, I know how you end up down on this side here, but we seize the opportunity to make the thing happen irregardless to what it is. So to you outside there who are accustomed, we live here now, share the live, all who watching us on TikTok, yeah, share the live, all who watching us on YouTube, share the live. So what we will do here is open the lines very early. We go open the lines very early here today. where we will carry this conversation. We would like to hear from you, the general public. The numbers is there on the screen for you to see. For you to see for your own self. So, Candace, you have anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I want to talk about the gentleman, the Johannes fella that was arrested, at least yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, I thought he would have disrespected the Prime Minister, or used, obscene language towards her. But when I saw the video, nowhere in that video I ever hear him disrespect the Prime Minister. No, he was wrong. In my book, for talking ill about their religion and their so-called, deities they just probably worship or pray to, right? I don't condone that. But does that give them the right to imprison, put a person in prison? I don't know. I find you see this government, I don't understand them. And they're making the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago become bitter towards them. Yeah, because everything is a lockup, I wonder who making those decisions. I wonder if it's the Prime Minister who passing them orders to just lock up people so people cannot voice their opinion at all. I thought you lock up somebody if they incite, let me say, a war or any something violent towards the government or towards a minister or something like that. But for voicing your opinion on a religion, no, he was wrong. I find he was wrong. But to lock up, put a man in prison for that, all I find that making sense. For me, that is an act of wickedness. And I find, this government, this government starting to behave very, very wicked.
And dictatorish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dictatorship that we are seeing. We are currently witnessing a dictatorship in this country.
And these are the same people, and I want to remind the government that I regrettably helped put in power. These are the same people who stand up and jump up and ball yellow is the code, This is the same people who came out, who all was glad to come and shake their hand, kiss the baby with snot in their nose, and the baby pampers full of feces, all they mind to hug up the child. These are the same people, and all they're turning around. Turning it around on them and making them feel like, and stepping on them. Only for real, all they know what they're really doing to the people. Nah, there's something not right. I just try to make sense. I just try to understand the angle all they're coming from. But in my mind, I don't know, something wrong with all here. And with that action, that clearly showing the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, all they never had good intentions for them, I'm telling all they like it is. That clearly, you see that act by locking up Jason, then all they lock up the young man, then all they lock up Miss Phillip. Is Phillip is her name? Alyssa Phillip.
Alyssa Phillip.
And her mother.
I'm looking for the video with the Yuan man, so.
Yes, if you can find it. The fact that all they're locking up these people is because all they're sending a clear message to the people, And the message in my mind, that is why I come up with the message all they're sending to the people is here what? We needed all their vote back then to get where we are. But now that we are here, we make the decisions and it's what we say goes. That is how it's looking like to me, Because it's almost a year people have no jobs, People have nothing, And all they're not even coming up with a solution, an answer, nothing to help the people, So that clearly shows that I had a sense of what I was saying because I know all they might want to look for the smallest thing to snatch.
Yeah. Of course, Candice, the snatching you one time.
But all they looking like some Nimakarams. Oh God. Imagine that the youths and them come out in a peaceful walk, a walk for peace. A walk for peace, No fighting, no guns. They put on the guns if they had any, and they come out for peace. And all they run them. Instead of all they sent 1 or 2 ministers to meet with them to hear their concern. Remember Kamala said she love we, you know. All they stand on a podium together with Kamala. The Prime Minister and so they love we. And we crying out. So what is the difference from back then to now? I am telling all they making the people dislike all by the minute, by the second, by the hour. You see, after this regime for all 4 months, 4 years, 3 years and 10 months, it take over UNC again, you know. Trust me, trust and believe. Another party better start to prep themselves to take over from the UNC, because I don't understand. All they're supposed to show the people of all they're working on behalf of us. All we asking is to have a fair chance to live, you know. To be able to provide for our families, you know. That is all we asking for. We're not trying to be disrespectful to the government, you know. That is why I always tell anybody that coming on my platform, don't come on my platform and disrespect the Prime Minister. We may not like what she's doing. I am disappointed in some of the decisions they are making. But still, give her respect. You understand me? I don't entertain them kind of thing. But at the end of the day, oh God, what are they doing, the people? You know how much people meeting me on the streets and telling me about their regrets? Sometimes when they come up to me and they tell me, Warrior, is you make me do this, I follow you, you know. And as I say, well, oh God, I and all too are sorry. You see, after this rain we all have here, they are lying, you know. All they trying hard to get rid of the PNM. And you know, all they getting rid of all self instead. All they trying all the utmost best. Everything happen is the PNM. The PNM do this. If anything happen, here's the PNM. And 9 years this and 9 years that.
You see, the thing about it is this. It was clear from inception, Candice, that the UNC didn't wanted any opposition. Watch how that was recklessly going on with Philip Edward Alexander. They didn't wanted constructive criticism from inception. And as we continue to go along, we start to see it, because it's something that I would have told you. I say, Candice, we make a mistake in it. You say, let me see.
Yeah, I wanted to see. I wanted to give him a chance.
When you see how Anil Roberts and Philip Edward Alexander have been attacking the issue, they have been signaling a clear path that they ain't want nobody to tell them anything. If they tell we anything, we always right. So if you tell we anything, we come out on social media and we frustrate you, we embarrass you. It was clear to see. So coming up to this thing leading in steps in it. Boom, SOE come. The lock up down to Olive Jack. They tell this one something in Venezuela. It was clear to see that Kamala didn't wanted no opposition at all. It's clear to see. It was clear. It was clear evidence.
But whether she like it or not, the opposition leaders, they are here to stay. You know?
Yeah,
you understand me? So you see the way how them going on, they just put in what they put them take on, what they put on in plants. What they call them? It's oh God, when they want to groom your plants and make it blossom.
What,
fertilizer. They just keep fertilizing the PNM, you know. And let me tell you something. The PNM under penny. Wait and only go see. Wait and see.
Wait and see. Let me show you the type of woman that Penny is one.
You see the PNM under penny?
Let me show you the type of woman.
Right.
They say wait and see. Let me make them see.
Father, watch over me. Me can't do nothing without you involved. Give thanks, me alive, yeah, the blessing does a flow upon me. Father, watch over me. Me can't do nothing without you involved.
That was Penny, Candice. And I pick up on a comment there from Trinity. Trinity say wait. Where Trinity would have said by wait. I know what you mean, Trinity. I better give you a call to find out where Trinity say by wait.
Careful with Trinity, you know.
Nah,
Trinity
Trinity
is still
telling
in
me.
training.
That Trinity, I want to know what Trinity mean by weight.
Yes, Marx. Marx said, in all my years, I never thought my country would be like this. Yes, truth. And the higher frighten, you know. The higher frighten is a darkness over you.
Trinidad, you could call in on the numbers. There are people that saying how they could call in. They could call in on Workers' Rights 8 333-2176. The numbers is on the screen, so they could call
The
in.
way how the government behaving. Watch now. They just have you afraid. They have you feeling like if today is it might be your last day. I wonder if it's Miss Kamala Prasad Bissessa, the Honorable Prime Minister, is the ones that making these drastic decisions, these kind of vindictive decisions, boy.
Miss Trinity, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, how are you going, Trinity?
Hello.
Yes, Trinity, how are you going?
I good.
I see you leaving some comments and seeing that there is somebody that is a part of the panel. I'd like to know what you mean by weight, and Candace want to know what you mean by weight too. So we want to know what you mean by that.
Hey, don't bite off my head. I just was watching the live. I see Candace. I say, wait, what Candace doing this to be Candace on the walk? That is what I thought. I didn't know Candace Day. I just come to support your life. But I watch it.
Well, right. Candace, I mean, when she said no bite off, she had explained to the woman what you're doing down on this side.
Well, Mr. Jeffrey would have invited me to come in studio and do a program with him, seeing that was on close to on this side, because I went to drop off some, you know what, I do the body cream, and I have orders down on this side. So I came to drop off some with a girlfriend of mine, and we decided, let me just do a quick half an hour live, right? And that's it. I'm here, and this is the first time. I must say the studio is quite impressive. Yeah. So I'm here, guys, and
that's very nice. I'm glad.
You glad?
Because we need the voices to be heard.
Yeah, for real, eh? For real. So Trinity, let me ask you a question. With the state of this, the way how the government run in this country, how you feeling? You feeling safe? You feel like you have hope for a brighter tomorrow? How you feel? Tell me, how you feel? Because I know you're a young mother, you have children, you know, and you have to provide for your children. And I'm sure that your husband alone is the only working person in the house at the time. How? Tell me how you feel. And then when you're seeing these sort of black people like yourself, you know, getting locked up, you can't voice your opinion, you can't say something. How you feel? Tell me, darling. Tell me how you feel.
Honestly speaking, I feel trapped. I feel like we living in modern day Jim Crow slavery. You know, like long time that Jim Crow slavery with the whites and the blacks. The whites alone had all the privilege and the blacks had none. I come like it looking like that to me.
Yeah.
It looked like like the East Indian have all the privilege and the Africans have none in this country. So therefore, that's how I feel at the moment, trapped. Yeah. Because I feel like even if you try to say something, how you feel, you never know when the TTPS will come and knock on the door.
Yeah.
So now you just have to like watch what you're saying and stuff, but everybody else could watch what they're saying. You understand? Because
I'm not hearing her.
She internet apparently getting a little trouble. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Trinity, well, you know you and
I. Internet. Yeah.
Trinity like a thief in the internet, the neighbor Wi-Fi. Trinity.
Okay, are you hearing me now?
Yes, darling. I like to hear. She's only hearing me now.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Right. Yeah. So I just like figured you know what? I just gonna continue to fight for the right thing. And I just gonna wait all the 4 years. And I pray to God that we survive this 4 years. Because this 1 year alone was hard. So to me, right now I'm feeling trapped. I don't even talk for everybody else. I talk for myself. I feeling trapped. You know, just to feel trapped in your own country, knowing you can't say what you want or express your feelings, knowing your own government against you, it's just really bad.
And Trinity, you know,
So,
I actually feel the same way. I've been real with you. I actually just feel the same way. Because I know I don't consider myself to be a blogger, you know. I just consider myself to be the voice of the people, the voice of reckoning, the voice of, you know, the voice of peace. Because I could be here getting on like this tax and the Matara and bawling goodness and showing off and talking about who envy this and who envy that. This is not about me. You understand me? I am a different individual. Because I don't understand. We poorly in power. We want to change. Because we had enough at the PNM. We decided we want to change. And I just blame Rowley for that right through. I just blame Rowley.
right.
Yeah, he had to take that blame.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But at the end of
Yeah,
the
he
day,
has
boy,
to.
we surely love. We come together. We unite. And now it's division. Look, I've been honest with you, you know. I am not racial, you know. But sometimes the thoughts just coming across my mind. I say, but I showing these people love. And look how they're treating my black brothers and sisters. Look how they're treating we black people, not racial, you know. Black people just make bacchanal and confusion amongst themselves. They just envy and jealous one another. But they're not racial. So if we could come together and unite and give all that love and that support, why all I can't do the same? So it was always a plan then. A plan and a plot just to get in power and then to turn all it back on us and expect us to digest
I
that.
believe that.
They want
I
us
actually
to.
believe that
Yeah.
they were planning that for years.
Yeah.
I don't think she come into this government genuine. I think she come with a vengeance and she just doing it because she knows she wouldn't be back in power, so she doing everything she could to make sure she
and I
has
believe-
herself and her people secured.
And I believe they're well planning it because they had about 10, they had 10 years to plan it. So they're well planned for us. And if they could shut down things like CPEP forestry and things, them plan that in one sweep. And no evidence. And
Yeah. And here now, they didn't take the time, you know. You know, and that clearly showing that here what's going on. This government don't care about us, you know. I don't understand what we do all here. What it is the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago do to deserve this kind of treatment is human beings. So what happened
We didn't
after?
vote she back in 2015.
That was
We didn't vote she back in 2015.
yeah, but at the end of the day, it have governments come, government go. Government come, government go. So I don't understand what taking place, but we ain't do nothing to deserve this. We ain't do
But I
nothing.
will say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will say this. If Dr. Keith Rowley did put Penelope Beckles there at some consortium, UNC would not even smell that government. They wouldn't even smell that win. Penelope
Yeah.
would have won with flying colors.
I find they overdoing it, man. They're making people suffer. And it's not only black people suffering, it's East Indians suffering too. It's East Indian. Everybody suffering, and I don't understand. As a prime minister, you're supposed to have compassion, love for the people. That's what I keep saying, you know. When I'm watching how Kamala
All we
function,
gotta do is pray.
yeah, when I'm watching how Kamala function in Trinity, how she walking slow and the way she taking she time to talk, I strongly believe that we voted for the UNC. We watched Kamala as the prime. Let me address her properly. Miss Kamala Persad Bissessa as the Prime Minister. But I feel, to be honest, she's just the face. Somebody in the background is making the decisions. Because this decision is from a different angle, you know. It's from a vindictive angle, you know. People crying, the same people were poorly in power, you know. It's not strangers, you know. It's who they're making going through the pressure. And all it, I don't know, boy. All it, watch me. So, what you trying to tell me? After, let me say they happened to last all the 4 years and 10 months. Or the 3 years and 9 months, right? And people decide after this ordeal, they don't want to have nothing to do with the UNC. So then at the end of the UNC, then. So no more opposition. They really say when you're pointing a finger, at somebody, look how much fingers pointing back at you, because it's the same thing they try to do. The same thing they try to do, they're doing to the PNM. Because I watch when they get in power. I started to watch how the minister, I don't want to call his name. I don't know how to talk again. Can I call his name?
No, well, say, respectfully.
Respectfully, Mr. Barry Padarat.
Okay, then.
How he was speaking to this Marcel.
Curry Marcel.
Curry Marcel.
Sit down.
Sit down. Sit down like if he's a dog. And I watched that and I turned a blind eye. I said probably, you know, he was trying to bring across a point and the PNM grudgeful minded, so he interrupted him. And then I realized the disrespect started to get from a different level. Then I see Mr. Speaker at the house start to move like here we're going on, like the PNM is none and void. Like the PNM is none and void and nothing they have to say matters. I said, but wait now, this thing getting out of hand, and all this time people calling my phone, worry what's going on, where they go come out and talk, and I keep telling them here what's going on. Take all the time. They're now getting power. Give them a chance. Because remember, the PNM, the jackass the scene. That is me, you know. But when I see 4 months, 3 months, 4 months going to 6 months and I ain't see nothing, I had to come out and talk because there is no one I vote for. I vote.
And then you see, and then you get rid of CPEP, and then you're happy going, and then Forest Shigon. Well, when Forest Shigon, I was done. When Forest Shigon, I was like, okay. She come here with a vengeance. She didn't come here to make the streets better or the life better for us.
No, boy.
She just do it with points. You understand? I'm waiting on the 17th. I ain't saying nothing. I was waiting on the 17th of June. I'm waiting patiently for the 17th of June. Let me see what she gonna do. Because this thing ain't out on.
Too much
and you see that shipments with the arrest that guy for the saying his feelings. Because I really like watch that video. He didn't really curse the Prime Minister, you know. He just cursed the gods. I mean, like, and I know saying that probably the way how we bring it across, it was aggressive and it was, you know, wrong. But the message that he was saying, you know, he was right, because I mean, those are really false gods when you think about it.
Yeah, but Trinity, whether or not, whether false, I have a little problem with it. I find he could have been a little more respectful. He should not have gone down that road. But I know when a person hurting, they just vent in a different way. But one must be wise. Now,
yeah, but what was his though? What was his crime?
What was his crime? I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, you say what was his crime?
Well, I am all still waiting to know. They're looking for something to charge him with.
They can't bring out what he was charged for.
I don't know. I am all still waiting. I want to know.
And another thing I had a serious problem with, they see that $100,000 that the charge Jason and Alyssa Philip and thing with for just voicing their opinion, that and all is extreme. I don't know, you know.
Like I
just people start packing up and leaving Trinidad and to make one move in somewhere else.
No, I ain't packing up. I ain't packing up.
No, God forbid.
I ain't
God
packing
forbid
up.
Trinidad might become deserted.
For real, you know, because I don't understand. What it is they really doing? That is not what people vote for. And you see, you know, I feel, to be honest, I feel somebody trying to set up the country. So that when the people come out and riot and make bacchanal and get on bad, they will want to call a permanent, I don't know what, detention order or whatever to lock down the country. But that's the thing.
Yeah, but the detention order is just only lasting for the duration of the SOE. After that, to let them go. And when you have nothing on somebody and they're using, it come like they're using the SOE to lock you up. They have nothing to hold you for behind, to put you behind, but it's neither convict you. So they're using the detention order to pay you there without charging you really or anything.
So then, after they lock you up and you go into jail and you come back out without a charge.
No, well, you could sue the government.
So the government have free money to give away then.
Yeah, well, it looked so.
So then let me ask. So when you lock up the little black boys and you send them to jail under the detention order, I heard Jason would have said that every prisoner It's cost the state 25,000
1,000 per head.
per
month.
per month,
Yes.
right? So I living freely in my home, and I alone carry $25,000 a month in grocery. It's $25,000 you're saying, you know?
Yeah. For the upkeep of that one prisoner. Because you ain't talking about food alone, you're talking about paying the prison officers, the different shift and thing, one person. You understand, everybody costing that. And then you had to course, you had to clean them, you had to feed them, you had to give them things to eat, brush their teeth, clothes and everything.
Yeah, but
entertainment fall in that too. So
but you see inside of some of them prison. But Trinity, you see inside of some of them prison. When they do what? If you see inside of some of those prisons, when they're doing their little video and things, disgusting, deplorable, yucky. Look, you see Trinidad and Tobago need a blessing. Money. Trinidad and Tobago, but where is where the money going?
Can I hear you say that the government giving away free money? It's not the government giving away free money, you know. That money coming out of your money, my money, everybody working money. That money coming out of taxpayers' money. The government not taking that money from their own pocket and giving somebody and somebody suing her. That come out of with tax-paying money. I find when a police officer arrests a man doing SOE for wrongful arrest, and when they do stupidness and they get sued, I find it should come out of them pay. Why we have to suffer for the stupidness that they are doing?
Exactly.
That don't make no sense to me at all.
Exactly.
Well, Trinity, we had to push you off the line, Trinity, because we want to call somebody else. Yeah. You can join us on TikTok. Join us on TikTok. Come across on TikTok.
Yeah.
Share the live on share it in our group and come up in the box, honey.
Right. So, Trinidad, before we go on to the video, before we go on to the rest of the show, let us play the clip where we are talking about. Let us play the clip.
Practicing evil. You're practicing evil. You and your Hanuman go around them, hold them mother cunt, and if they have a problem, hold them mother cunt. Fuck Lakshmi, you and fucking say. You and say, fuck Lakshmi, fuck Hanuman, fuck all of them. Fuck anything that tries to exalt itself above the law of the Most High God, because all of them fake. Bootleg gods. Bootleg leaders with bootleg gods. You not on that? Dog, we share the Most High God, boy. We don't stand for M-Sting, boy. We don't entertain M-Sting and bootleg gods, boy.
Right. So, before we make any comment or any statement based on what we would have now played for you, a lot of people disgusted with the video. But we had to ask ourselves, Trinidad, was the statement there, was it a crime or just a disrespectful statement? Was it a crime? Is it a crime to lock you up, or was it just a disrespectful statement? So, we have Trinidad and Tobago Social Talkonomics on our TikTok platform. Trinidad and Tobago Social Talkonomics. What is your comment concerning that? Good evening, ma'am.
Good day, Trinidad and Tobago. Good day, panel.
Aye, pleasant good day, ma'am.
Good day, Warrior Princess and Madison. Well,
Yes.
when I heard his comments, because we have posts that would share on various platforms that will connect with you no matter what. And when I heard it, I said outrightly they're going to arrest him. Not because what he said was illegal or was it a hate crime, but because they would have felt disrespected. And you have to bear in mind that the majority of their members, the government members, are Hindus. So they would have felt disrespected, because when you listen to his words does not amount to a hate crime. His tone would amount to the aggression, an element that could be contributive to a hate crime, but his words was not. He was not indicating to go after people of of Hindu.
Ah.
And that is what a hate crime indicates. It tells you what I want to do with you as a person who is in belief of that type of system. But what I think he wanted to really say is that you cannot have God in you of any form doing the things you are doing to the citizens of the nation that you are a part of, that you are also a citizen in. That is what I think was
I mean using deductive reasoning, Trinidad social tokenomics. What you would have said there was clear and distinctive. I didn't want it to say to the general public to say like if I'm trying to coax them into believing something. But what he would have said there was clearly that, because if it is you say you serving a God and you engaging in behavior like this, come on, it's only logic. It had to be something fake.
That's what he wanted to say, I believe.
Yeah, but
not what came out of his mouth.
Yeah, but
remember. Go ahead.
No, but you would have said something very instrumental there, where you would have talked about the majority of the people within the UNC is Hindus. So what I could deductively say, from what I would have seen how they operate with the young man, is that they use the apparatus of the state to punish the boy, to tell him he can't talk, he can't say this. Yes, he was disrespectful. Yes, when he was saying that, I ain't gonna say something like that. But many of us in Trinidad and Tobago is thinking and operating and saying the same things behind closed doors, and nastier thing too. It's just that he say it in the media. But here what's going on? They use the apparatus of the state to try to punish the gentleman. If we have to say it's a crime, tell me where is the crime? Lock up the gentleman. But he says it's clear, he says something disrespectful.
They don't have to make up the crime. There is no crime in the books because if you want to put it as a hate crime requires both actus reus and mens rea, or the presence of one of or the other to intend harm on people of Hindu belief. Because that is what he was comparing her godliness or being a believer and the way she's acting to reflect on. So because what he said did not say I want to go after Hindus and I telling people to go after Hindu and get rid of them, there is no element of a hate crime. It has hateful words, which is not the same thing. Hateful words and a hate crime does not establish the same elements. So I am waiting to see what they are going to pull out of the woodworks that will indicate that you want to charge him for a hate crime when his speech was not hateful. It was more disrespectful than it was hateful. And this is why I keep telling the people, it is at this point we need to start shutting down the country. It is at this point we need to start holding back, because the country was shut down during COVID and we survived. By the grace of God, we survived. But if you now need to let your voices be heard for the right thing, to not be suppressed, to not be oppressed, you need to demand a shutdown. Tap into all the organizations and resources necessary in order to get that point across. Because you see what is happening now, and I think we spoke about this, Reniston, at some point. Where that your freedom, your basic rights, all of them, not just freedom of speech, all of them would be infringed upon and would be suspended, not just in the situation of an SOE, but in normal everyday interaction that you would think it is fair enough, it's not going to be there for you. You're not going to be able to bank on the same conditions that you used to be able to bank on prior. Because I am pretty sure he is not the first or the last person that would have said something like that in Trinidad and Tobago or anywhere else in the world.
Well, thanks for your comment, thing, because your Trinidad and Tobago, Candice, I know you had to say something. I know where you want to say it might, because I see you itching. I see you itching to say something, Candice, because you see, Trinidad, I didn't want to come out and say it, you know. It have intelligent people outside here. And when I see raw talk, would have placed it outside there, because I would have had this same conversation at length with the team in our group. And it's the same thing we were saying. It was a disrespectful statement.
The screen is down.
But it wasn't. Where is that?
She's saying the screen is down.
Yes, we there, man, we there. Right, so at the end of the day, Trinidad and Tobago, we must draw the line by what we are seeing, what we are allowing the government to do. Because if we don't make it clear that up to here is where you can reach and you can't reach no further, and the answers was already said within the statement, we need to shut down Trinidad and Tobago. That's not what we're calling for, you know. Because I know nasty and sting days, the lock up a man just the other day for yeah, chatter go out there. Candace making sure and stop my speech because she need to add she team. She shall say, my team, my team, my team. Candace, go ahead, your team, go ahead.
It's my team. I see Nana Sky. Now let me tell you something. You see that this I watching this government, and you clearly see is what I want to say, Jesus. This is too much, you know. It's too much, it's too much, it's too much, it's too much. Oh, God. It's too much, boy. When we go to the lighter day, I said I could remember campaigning and say saying to the people, the UNC is the light at the end of the darkest tunnel. Oh God, I could have advocated here. Oh God, I went on and talk. Oh, I bring people out of their house. Why is I standing in the road and not talking on the mic? People stop to listen, come out in the center of the road and listen. And to see we're still walking through that dark tunnel, Trinidad and Tobago. All they promise we peace, all they promise us a better life. So then what they want the people to do? Right now the people are angry at all here. All they take away bread from them out, you know. So what do I feel? That whole situation will just disappear and go away and people will just stay quiet. People do not have anything to go by. Young girls are selling themselves to get something to eat, to buy toiletries, the young men and them linemen on the block. And you know when idle hands are doing idle things, what does take place?
And to the more greater part of it, when they say young girls selling themselves, they're not going and going to work in it. They're not going and asking for honest day job in it. They're selling the pound of flesh. That is what the government is forcing the citizens to do. They would go in and sell, then go in at the side of the road and sell Tulum and Chini Bibi and Tambran and Chowena. Because they ain't have money to buy that. It's the flesh they go in and sell. That is facts. But Trinidad and Tobago, I want to continue to talk. We have a heavyweight champion here on the line. We have one of the mothers that have been a mother to most people here in Trinidad and Tobago. We have Mother Tuna Puna online. One of the real founders, the gladiators of the gladiators. That was there from the inception. Mother Tuna Puna. Let me hear you on the live here this afternoon.
Good afternoon, family and friends. I don't even know where to start.
Start from somewhere.
I'll say this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us all enjoy it. Even though it's nothing to enjoy, we have to fight ourselves to enjoy it. Because he said, weeping may endure for the night, but joy coming in the morning. Now, I came in because I heard the female, she's Candace. Is it that lady there?
Yes.
Saying that Rowley caused this. I am a PNM, no doubt about that. But when you say that, it touches on nerves. Let me tell you why. We know the PNM was 100. We all know that. But we only put him out of power. So you can't chastise him twice. It's like you have a child in your house and the child did something wrong. You beat that child. You put him in a corner. You turn off the TV. That is too much. You can't punish a child. We're just talking,
Yeah,
I just reference here.
all right.
So we have to focus on what these people doing to us right now. And we have to understand that the government has no plan. The only plan they had was to come in and rape the treasury for another time.
Yes, yes,
They have no money there to spare
yes.
the poor people like you and I.
Yeah.
So what they do, they pull in the strong men from different angles and give them position.
Yes.
That is to weaken. That's to weaken PNM. But let's tell us something. They think they do a job because they have to always remember man mighty, but God is almighty.
Thank you.
And he sits very high and he looks down very low. And he is the author and finisher of everything on the face of the earth. Now, the plan that they had was to run this country under SOE after SOE after SOE. And lately now I realized the SOE is really a gag order. Gag to nuzzle every one of us from speaking. You cannot speak whether good or bad. If the government come for you, the supporters coming for you fast and serious. You can't make a simple comment on the social media. They're coming for your truth. And they're going on kind of personal with you and calling people out on their names. And the government of the day ain't seen nothing wrong with that. So people, you know what? I say, like, you see Sunday coming here, mother will be 78 years old.
Wow.
I own in a corner. But I sit in a corner and I'm watching and I'm praying.
Yes.
Because I know that prayer make the darkest cloud withdraw. And prayer climb the ladder Jacob saw. It brings exercise to faith and love. And it also brings every blessing from above. He said we cease to fight. We cease to pray. We cease to fight.
For real.
We have to fight. We got to fight with all our might. Because at the end of the day, the battle is the Lord's. So I don't worry over these people, because if we're not seen, remember our Paul plant, a Paul's water. Who gives the increase? Tell me, Candice.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't.
God give the increase.
I wasn't really paying attention, but nonetheless.
You know what that means? Workers right, you know what that means? Paul could have planted the seed with all the chemicals.
Yeah.
Apollos could have put the best water. And if God didn't say yes, it will be a fruit, it's a waste of time. So let come let them do the dinner, man. Let them continue. How long shall he heat and rain? Better days are coming, just meekly wait. And moment that they say, they that wait upon the Lord, he shall renew their strength. He will mount them up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. They will walk and never faint. All we have to do is to trust and obey and wait on God. Thank you all very much. I got to go.
Yes.
No.
Usually going on now.
No.
Only remember, we have an old mother in the corner here praying for you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No, you hear the words of wisdom coming from mother, and I sure mother is a Baptist like myself. Mother, you going already?
I'll listen to you for a minute.
Right. I am positively sure he is a spiritual Baptist like myself. And
no, wait.
You not know spiritual Baptist?
Wait. Listen to me. I was one of them.
All right, talk to me.
I was even ordained. I could baptize and all kinds of things.
So let me ask you a question. You know Archbishop Vernon Vaughan?
No, I know Episcopate. I'm wishing them Episcopate Barbara. No, leave me alone.
All right, okay.
But you understand, these people are demonic people, man. I don't afraid to call name.
My God.
They are devil worshippers.
What you talking there? My paws raising in it.
I pray them. I'm not scared of them.
I don't afraid none of them neither.
Oh, as a rock, the truth shall stand. And I am standing on the letter T. Mother, don't lie. Barbara Book and them can't do nothing. I ain't scared of them. Bring them. Bring them. I want nobody to help me with them. Because you know what? I drinking from the street. I don't drink from two pipe. I don't walk to street. I only narrow path to righteousness. I go on and have a blessed evening.
Have a blessed evening, my dear. And picture, we have about 10 churches praying like mother on behalf of the nation. Eh? I just always tell people, you know, I don't know.
There's a strong vibes in it.
I ain't condemn.
When mother talk, she does pray for me every morning and just give up for my present. Yeah, she does pray for me.
I'm not condemning
Mother tuna puna.
other people's religion, but I just always say, you see the Baptist faith? The Baptist faith to me is the closest religion to God. It's the faith that you go to bed, you have a problem, the Lord come in and give you an answer, you know, give you medication, you know. If trouble is near, He's showing you, you know. And picture a whole heap of set of Baptists. You see, guys, why they had was to postpone the Baptist Liberation Day. They didn't want the Baptists to walk the streets at all. Because when Baptists walk and they talk to Jesus and they ring that bell and they throw that water, it would have destabilized what they probably would have done. And they want that. It does everything that is good they don't want. All right.
I had to call Granny. Granny here, she always does call. I had to call Granny because Granny don't play at all. She does make sure and listen to all. Nah,
all right, so I have one of my team mates are here. We have Chatter.
That's all. Let me get Granny. I know Chatter. Hold on there. Hold the course, Chatter. There's a man. Don't put on that flag. Don't drop the flag. Let me call a stalwart here. Granny 79. What she does say? What Granny saying is that she can't walk, but if it's time to march, get a wheelchair for she and she outside.
Oh.
She in Fred. Granny 79. How you going?
Granny 79 ain't going good, boy. I can't get home to all you as I want to get home to
Oh God, we call you live. I know you is a person. You can't get on to we, and I know you charge up and now telling Candace again. You had to make a comment. And here why I saying, you say you can't walk, but if you get a wheelchair outside there and people are 2 hands and 2 foot and can't come out and then want to come out and afraid the police. Granny 79, let me hear you one time. Come in batting like Lara.
I have a problem with how they hold a little girl. And I want to know if she wants another big shot. But if it's a 2, a 3, a 1, I want to donate that. So, she legal support. Full stop.
Okay.
You hearing me?
Yes. Well, what I can do...
The other day you called me to talk to me. And the phone again trouble with the internet. I don't know for what reason.
Okay.
That was my house phone I call on. This is my cell phone. I know where's the problem. With you sit down talking and I see you talking and I hear nothing you say. We sitting down, we talking too much, Brother Jeff. We have to do like Philip. Move out. You see how all of them was in white? I was looking to see if I see Miss Candace the body and see her there.
No, I was doing a program. I couldn't make it. Whilst the candlelight vigil was going on, I was on a program. I was seeing you all. I miss out because Penny told me, she said, "Warrior, you miss out."
What boy? Here now. Miss Candace.
Yes.
That was more than beautiful.
Yes, I saw it.
I saw Brother Jeff with Mr. Victor too.
Yes.
What's really going on with these people and them in our country? But it's right around the world and all. I'm not paying attention. It's right around the world. They're laughing at Trinidad, you know, Jamaica, Grenada, Barbados. Then Vince and all these people and them talking about how the police and them getting on in this country. I tell people, they come have a little shop. I sell little bacon morning times, and I tell them, or they call them Satmaraj, they tell the country, don't vote for Kamala. We gone back and voting for Kamala. We gone back and voting for Kamala. We didn't hear what Satmaraj say. He don't know if Kamala is a Hindu or Muslim or what. We vote for Kamala.
Boy, every time...
She and Barbara Book and all of them bang up together. Barbara Buck is now Christian. Right now, Barbara Buck fighting to get holiday for Orisha.
Holiday, them gain shit that?
To get holiday
them gain shit that? Every time I hear somebody mention the name Barbara Buck, you know what the Holy Spirit is whispering in my ears? To tell Barbara Buck. Because of, Lord.
Barbara Buck.
One of these days I will tell Barbara Buck the message the Holy Spirit give me to give she. Yeah.
You better do that.
Yeah, one of these days I will tell her.
You better do that.
I ain't no big Obia woman.
Barbara Buck can worship in Christ.
I ain't no big Obia woman.
Barbara Buck worship in Baal.
I am a child of God. What's she doing?
Baal. Baal is one of the most deadliest things that is not in the Bible. Baal. You remember when Elijah called down the fire from the sky and burned up the sacrifice? The altar of Baal was so prominent in the earth that nearly half of the earth did almost get overtaken with that. Until Elijah was to prove it. He said, but we stronger than oil. It was a strong force.
Yeah.
And when you say in Baal, there are certain people that gain the saying is spiritual awakening, but it's really what they're dealing with is Nephilim spirits. And the calling of the occult and going backwards, drinking blood, sprinkling it on people, sprinkling it in their face, holding the chicken by the neck and biting it. Boy, you're getting tapped with this. This is a serious thing.
I going up Kumana on Saturday. And I see the bathing a man by Sally Bay Beach. Brother Jeff and Sister Candice, that is about 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm coming down about this hour. They still have this man. I can't believe this is the man that kneel long from 8 o'clock till about this hour. Bathing he with blood by the beach. Hear me? What's going on with these people and this? Where they getting them such a blood from? So bathe one man, he kneel long there with the 2 hands outstretched. These people don't worship God. These people not worshiping God. So we have a wrong awakening in calling these people Christian. And I tell some people by my shop, I say, Alexander.
Hey!
2 years they had him in Domac. He come out. He come out for all the black boys. So all the make sure and keep all the cards straight because he coming with a revenge.
Yeah.
And I used to work Shagonas. And every evening I had my own TV. I used to work Little Self. Every evening I used to watch Alexander and this fellow was at the
on Beyond is Beyond the Tape is
Marlon
Hopkinson. That Indian
is the man what was making Alexander have all the up. Ian is Allen, they call him.
Ian.
This man really pretty shades in the place.
Ian Allen. Yeah, he did start off. He did really start off with Ian Allen and then he separate and he go beyond the tape.
You know when he get back with Ian Allen, it's with the Sharon murder when they kill the car dealer.
Yeah.
He go along there and making style on Ian Allen. It's by the time 2 of them Casaban. And when he slapped Ian Allen in Maracas, but boy, listen. He ain't nothing in the dance, you know. He ain't nothing in the dance. A policeman was talking to me, he said, Miss Lady, don't get all yourself tied up with Alexander, you know. He have a drug then in Shagonas where he has some Indian lady pushing drugs for him.
Mommy, it is alleged.
Yeah, it's alleged.
Don't your ledges, please.
It's alleged.
Yes, darling. Use the ledges.
Don't use the ledge. Don't walk on that road. You understand? Go ahead, mommy.
Boy, listen.
It's not ledge. It's
really?
Well, I will leave all you know because I'm making a bubble.
All right, no problem. Thanks for taking the call, mother, and we really appreciate your comment on the platform. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So we had Chatter. Let me hear what is your comment here this evening because I know you come up here swinging. Let me hear you. Use part of the team.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Jeffrey. Good evening to your co-host. Good evening to Miss Candice. How are you good?
Good, my brother.
One thing I had to say, right? One thing I had to say, right? The government presently is backing the citizens and them of Trinidad and Tobago against a wall. And just like Johan Blake, how much could a human being take? And until they explode, right? That is why Johan Blake came out and he said, well, he trying all how to let his voice be heard, and he's being shut down by the police service and by the government of Trinidad and Tobago. They are silencing the citizens and them of Trinidad and Tobago, right? The SOE is not in place there to protect us from the criminals. The SOE is there to protect the government from the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Because they do not want the citizens and them to come out to speak of the unjust, what they are doing to the citizens and them of Trinidad and Tobago presently, right? Johan Blake, since when we don't have our freedom of speech, right? Where is Philip Edward Alexander detention order when he up and say he know where the bodies are buried? You hear him?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, we hear you.
Where is Mr. Philip Edward Alexander detention order when he said he know where the bodies are buried? Where is his detention order? Where is Stark's detention order when Mr. Dr. Keith Rowley was in office and Stark light up candle and say he walking voodoo on Dr. Rowley head? Where is his detention order? They haven't received none, right? But this government presently is silencing the citizens and them of Trinidad and Tobago, right? People, the warring gangs came out to hold a peaceful march. And we see police, the riot squad, and different branches of the police service came out. Instead of they come out and try to, bring the gangs together. Or they're running these people and them home like dogs. You understand? And what the Prime Minister should have do is send Mr. Hot Air Bag down there with Mr. Wayne Surge. And then they try to bring the community together so they will have peace. But this government is showing you clearly this government is not on peace. This government wants war. You understand? So they will send the police service now to lick us down like Joshua Samaru and Kaya Seeley. That is what they want. They want to kill us one by one. They do not want peace from the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? And that is so sad to see that how a government, a sitting government, is silencing and treating the people of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, treating them like worse than a dog, Mr. Jeffrey. You understand? And it's very sad to see the Prime Minister have nothing to say. She coming out and address the nation. Do we have a Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago? We're not even sure if we have a Prime Minister. When last this lady came out and addressed the nation, look how much has been going on in this woman is a year and 2 months. Look how much go on. And this woman didn't come out and say nothing. She closed down CPEP, she closed down RP. Forestry workers get sent home. She come Christmas Day and raise the fines and them to 100%. And she was the same one who most vocal on her campaign trail and said that how the present government is taking advantage of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago with the high traffic fines. And this woman come and she raised it by 100%. You understand? While people was home with their family, you and your ministers plotting to raise the fines on them. Is that a caring and loving government? And the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we have to say enough is enough. And come out and we can't even say we go come out and protest or say nothing. And nice have a peaceful protest because they're sending the police and them to run us home or to lock us up. You understand? I see a lady was just passing next to the police there and this. Why the police are so vexed and so in this kind of bullying kind of mood? Because I see a lady passing there and they just push the lady, slap she in she face, throw handcuff on she and throw she in the van. And the lady didn't do nothing in the peaceful protest. You understand? So that is how they're planning treating the citizens. And I mean the next 5 years and after when the 4 years up, they want to come now and beg us back to put them back there in power. The only person I feel could take this country forward right now is Miss Penelope Beckles. That's the only person. And if, just like we were saying last night on Candace Live, if the Prime Minister gets up in the morning and call an election without campaigning or anything.
She gone.
Will be out of power.
She gone without a doubt.
She will be out of power. Because I should tell you how the citizens of Trinidad, under Dr. Keith Rowley for 10 years, I am suffering more in a year and 2 months than under Dr. Keith Rowley in 10 years. You understand? And I wish I could take back my vote and apologize to Mr. Rowley and say, sir, we need you back here right now, presently. That's my contribution.
Huh. So, Trinidad, before we again, the lines is open, Chata, thanks for your contribution, the lines is open. So you could call and make a contribution here because the afraid they was always trying to shut me down. So we have somebody new on the live over, well, the jump off. So we was going to allow a new person there to say something. But you could call in on 333-2176. The numbers are there for you to see, for you to make your contribution here.
Well, Chata, I want to tell you something, eh? I want to thank Mr. Keith Christopher Rowley. I want to thank him for stepping down and allowing he and the Stuart Young. I'm not against Stuart Young, and Stuart Young is my boy. We make back. Yeah, we make back. But you see, Penny, I want to thank them for stepping down and allowing Penny to show the country what a real mother of a nation looks like.
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you 1000%. I agree with you.
Because this country, our country, need a caring prime minister. You know. We want a mother, you know, because here we're going on. Trinidad and Tobago have been going through all sorts of things. You had to mute the mic. All sorts of things, and we had to face it. The PNM had their ways too.
Yeah. Candace, are you?
No, I am. My mic is mute.
No. That is you there holding the show, Candace?
Nah, man, Chata, man, we're really going on here, but Chata,
I see that. I see her in the panel box, but I never pay attention to the person who sit down next to you. That's how she's speaking. That's when I realize it's Candace. Oh, good to have you there, Candace. Nice to see you, man.
Well, oh God, yeah, make out your sister, boy. I mean to say we haven't met in person, but oh God, man, you must make out the voice. The voice is very, somebody just tell me, oh God, girl, you see that voice? Some people don't like my voice. They say it annoying. Some say it powerful. But I just don't care. I'm here to talk on behalf of the people. So again, I want to thank Rowley and Stuart. Yeah, we need a real mother. Listen to me.
Good afternoon. A good friend of the program. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, I see you sending message as to want to know, well, how the people calling in. So I'm calling you now for me to get your contribution. What's your contribution on the #1 internet program today? What's your contribution? I know you're listening to us and hearing us. So what's your contribution?
What? Why is that playing anything there?
No, well, we call you, we live. You just have a lot to say in the messages. So what is your contribution, probably?
My contribution? I can't put my contribution on air.
Well, you're afraid of cuss?
No, I wouldn't use the type of language I might use it be. It would be appropriate for the ears.
No, well, all you have to do is just tamp it down a little bit. Don't cuss, but hit with normal. Let me get how you see it.
Hey boy. Hey boy, stop playing me.
All right, caller. I mean, you're talking a little shy. Probably next time we might get something out of you. You understand? Because there's always message in the comments. So thanks again.
One thing I just say, right? The way how the peaceful protests with what the citizens and them are having, right? And the way how they're setting out the police service in their numbers and the soldiers and them, right? If they use those same resources, all these double and triple murders what we are having, if they use those same resources, you don't feel that how the crime will go down a little bit if they use it in the right way.
Exactly.
Instead of silencing the citizens of them of Trinidad and Tobago. And I was watching a news clipping just now. 3 men rape a 15-year-old girl
Wow.
In a car going to St. Joseph.
Whoa.
You understand?
Jesus.
And if they drug her, and when she knock out, they rape her, and then after drop her in a savannah. A 15-year-old child. And the Prime Minister and the Minister of Homeland Security is busy worrying about the peaceful protesters while the criminals are out here roaming freely. You understand? Or they're punishing the peaceful protesters while the criminals are out here roaming freely.
And Shatta, to add to that, you ain't see how much police jump out there for those peaceful for that peaceful demonstration and for them youths and them. You know, if them police.
I was not something about that, you know.
But wait, just so, yeah. Yes, good day, David Welch. David, I want to have a conversation with you. I mean, I don't know if I call you in the wrong timing because some of the Renison. I want to have a conversation with you. I don't know if I could call you back. Just now, I want to be able to call you back. I don't want to hold you by surprise. I want to have an interview with you on the Workers' Rights platform.
Not interested.
They're not interested?
No, sir. Not interested. Thanks so much, though.
Okay, then, sir. Thanks.
David Welch.
He said he's not interested. Yes, he must. Listen to me. Wait. He mustn't be. You know, he mustn't be interested. You know, watch me. He wouldn't have the energy to be interested. You see, deep down in their heart and their mind, they know what's taking place, you know. But you hear what's going on. They're singing for the supper.
Let me try and call Heavy.
No, Miss Tucker.
No, just let me call Heavy and I want to ask him for an interview. I want to ask him because
hold on, Miss Tucker.
They keep on talking.
No problem.
I will curse this man.
Nah, don't curse him. But we want to ask him. We want to ask him for an interview.
Hey, yeah.
Because he does talk up in his feelings, man.
Yeah.
You have reached.
Nah, everything go answer. Everything go answer.
I want you to call. You don't have. You know who number I have on my phone? I have.
Nah. We do back stocks here.
I think I have ringleader number. I know that's on the see.
Hello.
Heavy duty.
On the radio, I can't talk to you right now. I want to call you back on the radio.
Right. I'll call you back. Yeah, thanks.
You're too damn lie. You're not on no blasted radio. You're not on no radio. No, I will tell you. You're too enough.
Hey, let me call the radio station. Let me call the radio station. Go ahead, Candice. Go ahead, see me honestly.
No, Miss. I wanted to give Miss Tokenomics.
Yeah, Tokenomics.
Actually, she wanted to say something. Go ahead, ma'am.
Now, I wanted to address the issue with the protesting. What we have to understand clearly is that this is the art of war and has to be treated as such. We cannot approach this government or any other, if it would have been any other, in the format and formation in which we are doing it currently. It will not work out in our favor. Simply because you see the direction that they are willing to go. That this person wasn't out in the open. I believe he was in his own private space at home. And would have said what he was saying. He was not out in the open threatening anyone. He didn't go after a Hindu gathering or their temple or anything of the sort to say what he was saying. And you see that his rights are being infringed upon, which tells me, and Renison, you would know that I said this before, that they will go after the human rights of individuals, because this is going to be a human rights crime. That if this administration continues pushing in the direction that they're going into, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago will have the opportunity to petition higher authorities to intervene because they're pushing boundaries. And they're pushing boundaries because the citizens of the country is not looking at the direction that we really need to go into to get the results that we actually need. It is an art of war. We cannot just come up with any helter-skelter the way of approaching this situation. It's technical. It's very technical. And our basic approach to it will not be in our favor. And these people are no respecter of persons. So they will not care what we say, what we do. They will do whatever they feel to, because why? They will beat their chest and say they are the powers that be. How dare you? It is until we understand that this is the art of war and where the power really is, and take that power back, that we will be able to stand, we will be able to change this country, we will be able to get government that understands and know that do not play with our governance. They will be able to financially and socially manage this country holistically. So I wanted to just say that, because our approach is bad. And that's where our issue is right now.
Well, just now, before you respond, we have a caller. Miss Brown, good afternoon.
Bowen.
Afternoon. And it's not Brown. I'm not Brown. I'm
Daddy white lady.
Yeah, Daddy white lady.
Hi, Miss Bowen.
Hi, Candace. Hold on. Listen, when I call you, it's not Brown. Just remember Bowen Boats, then you'll remember my name.
All right, I can remember.
Because Brian Bowen was my cousin, so just remember that.
All right. Miss Bowen, good afternoon.
I wasn't born a Brown, and I'm not a Brown, and I'm not going to marry no Brown in the future.
Yeah, we are one of Brown man.
No, I don't want no white man either, so the next one. Candace,
yes,
I'm glad I catch the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a white woman, I'm a red woman. Okay.
I just say that because I know others ruffle your feathers, darling. I like to hear your hot mouth. I was say, oh, Daddy white lady, I know you. Don't worry yourself. It's your mouth I want to hear.
Hey, yo, listen, guys.
Mm-hmm.
How many constituencies we have in this country?
41.
41.
Okay. The banners from Port of Spain, literally, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From protesting. It's something my sister did in Croydon when she was campaigning. She rallied her area to do some protesting because it makes no sense. Her crew going up to London to protest about something to do with post office. And it did make a difference, you know. She won her seat. So I'm like, I called her, I said, Julie, we have a mega supporter here. She said, Val, you know what to do. Call your people and let them know you can't protest in Port of Spain. All you pull the 40, let each one of the 41 constituencies have their individual protests. They can't lock up all 41 constituencies.
Mm-hmm.
Just an idea. Or you can share it, or you can
and that's the thing,
that's
the thing, Miss Bowen. The UNC government, they are afraid of us, you know.
I know, but you know what? We have to, as a friend now tell me, I know you have both from the USA as well. She said, what the fuck? Oh, excuse my language.
Yeah, we discuss sometime, man. Don't worry yourself. A little one curse here and there. We just accept that, man. Go ahead, darling.
She said, what are you doing? Sitting down. Or you get up. Burn down the bridge.
Oh, God. Well, we ain't going to go so far. Oh, Lord. I ain't going to reach that level. But if...
I know, you know what I'm saying. So I don't have to explain it.
Yeah. But still, you know, I have to kind of tone it down. Because, you know, anything you say nowadays on this social media, they come into... Yeah, they you know, they're like a little child in a candy store.
And you know what she said? She's also a psychic, eh? Mm-hmm. And she said to me, she said, Val, Kamala going to get run out of tongue, you know. But all you have to shake the branch.
But you know, the other day I was asking a question, right? And I think I want to raise this. I said I'll wait until Monday, you know, but I just want to pick this, right? Now, we all know Kamala, the Honorable Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamala Prasad.
Hello, excuse me.
Wait,
Hello,
wait.
We're talking amongst ourselves.
Wait now, wait, I know, but I like to put handle to she name and give she respect. But let's say...
You call her the witch. You call her the witch. I'd be happy with that.
I would not do that. I would not do that. Let me say, you know, something needs to happen in terms of her health. Right? I want to ask the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, who all will rather to take over in case something should happen. I'm not wishing anything bad on the woman. Right? I don't wish...
It's going to happen.
I want to know who all would rather to take over after Kamala.
They're going to have it fine.
Penelope. But I just say that, just be that.
Hello, we are keep.
It go and fight, it go and warfare. But
no, I ain't talking on the PNM side. Miss Penelope is in reserve. Miss Penelope is a lady. No, she's a powerhouse on show. I'm talking about inside the UNC party. Something should happen to she. Is that all they want the Jolene John? All they want Paddy? All they want what's his name?
Okay. Okay,
Mooney. All they want Saddam. Who all they feel?
Hold on. The Indians in the UNC not going to accept Jolene John.
But Jolene John fit the criteria.
I don't care how much they butter her up and they show her this, that, and here. Indians is like the zebra. They don't change their stripes. All right? Don't talk. Just like the leopards, they don't change.
Yeah, but remember, we have them here for another 3 years and 10 months, you know.
It could be less.
I like the faith you have to do. Oh God, I wish I could get up in the morning and hear they gone. I swear. I really swear. I swear. Yeah, but still. You know.
Happy. It's going to be less.
We're just kidding,
Once we have that faith.
No, I'm just telling the audience we're just kidding. We're just kidding.
What audience? We are not live talk?
No, where you feel is?
Huh?
Where you feel is?
Yeah, when we answer the call, you're live, so I don't understand that. I say see we call on YouTube and decide to call in.
No, I didn't know you all have me. Oh, you're wicked to me, boy.
No, we wicked to you. Yes, you have a powerful voice, and the world need to hear that.
But we tell you, we didn't hide that.
So you let me see you SS on live? Okay.
just so you're not talking about your cock, the pet foul that you had.
Zorro getting on bad boy. He killed us again.
Anything
Huh? What's that, babes? Hello?
No. You go ahead. You
go ahead.
No, seriously, Zorro killed a dove again, and I watch it and say, "Bird, stop sacrificing things for us here, no boy."
Like that Zorro related to a certain individual. We're not calling names. We are calling names in the party.
No, but he doing your work for me.
Yeah, boy. Go ahead.
Shit, I swear I was here the mountain coming down in Opega. I thought we was going to get a shake. Damn. No, I just heard a rumbling song and I thought it was, you know, when the earthquake come in, sometimes you just hear the mountain rumble before you get a shake. And just now, I just heard that heavy rumble. I said, Jesus Christ, my heart drop all the way down to my toes. I said, no. But it was a car passing.
Okay.
Let
me ask you your thoughts. Your thoughts on Johans, the young man they would have arrested, based on the comments he would have made on the Hindus.
Johan is in his 20s, not so?
I want to believe so. 20-ish, 24-ish, 23, 24.
He's in his early 20s, and a lot of these young fellas and them are highly emotional.
Yeah.
very emotional. They have the emotions wearing on their sleeves, on their leg, on their toes, you name it. And I have two of them as my grandsons, and both of them very emotional. My son was like that as well. And you know what? We just have to guide them. Don't push them, guide them, tell them, hey, that is not right. Come off that road and explain to them very carefully and let them learn the ropes of society.
Yeah.
What good, Andy? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You just get disrupted there a little bit.
So, in other words, you're saying that but in your opinion, do you feel he was wrong for making those remarks? And even though he was wrong, the fact that it had to be the UNC will send the police to lock him up. The police had to take that upon themselves.
Excuse me. Everybody give the police the right name. They're UNCs.
Right now they are UNC
police. And you see, Trinidad don't understand certain things. How do you think the yellow end up in the police van? That was between 2010 to 2015. They put the yellow in the police van. Or again, that was the highway patrol.
Hello, excuse me. You remember they want to put yellow in the flag too?
Yeah. They wanted to put yellow in the flag.
Yellow in the flag? How that come? Look at the flag behind us.
You remember when they hoist that flag and it had this yellow fringe around it and everybody was asking what the F that shit is?
Miss Bowen, let me call back now. It has other people calling lines. Let me see if we can gain some other contribution. I'm sorry to cut you short.
No problem, honey. I ain't calling back. They know you always live. I'm going to listen.
Yeah, listen now, man. Listen to me. Well. Let me.
So wait. Mash your bricks a bit. So they wanted to. How they slicing in the yellow in the back of this?
I don't know what I was going to do with that. Never call our next heavy personality, a man who does hit them hard too, eh? Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon. I just want to say to Candice, I love you, Candice. You look very beautiful. Have a blessed weekend, Candice.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Candice?
Yeah. Who's that?
All right, beautiful.
Hey, my friend, my good up friend. Thank you so much, my dear. And I hope you two have a wonderful weekend. My partner?
Yeah, partner. I go call his name. So other people might hear his voice and know it, but I go call his name. But Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world. You see, when we have certain guests on this, like this live here have certain people, expendable people. You never see the expendable?
Yeah.
We have certain people here, and it is with my distinctive pleasure, Trinidad and Tobago, to welcome Miss Olive Jack on this live here this afternoon. Miss Olive Jack.
Wait, now, that the lady.
Yes.
Hey, hi, Miss Olive. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my dear.
Yes.
How are you? I'm good. I love your voice. It's sexy.
Thank you.
It's inviting. It's tantalizing. But that's for another time.
Oh my goodness. So you want to get locked up for cursing?
Yes, girl.
But no. It's not a god.
Yeah, he was just expressing himself.
Yeah, he was just expressing himself. And they call Mr. Kid Rowdy all kind of K, all kind of J, all kind of F, and all the letters in the alphabet. Nobody didn't get arrested.
You see, it's
I saw a senator on the live. I saw a senator on a live calling Syrian men small penis and
small pen.
Yeah, and who is Jamet and who is K and who's smoking this and who doing that, and it's like nothing. So it's one side getting locked up for talking against the UNC, and then when you talk, many people who supporting the UNC because the PNM, they okay. They don't have to lock up none of them. They don't get anything, no lock up, no nothing. Just continue cussing the PNM and you can get work in Wassa, you can get work in any office.
True that. With a hefty salary.
With a hefty salary. He was just expressing himself on what taking place, like plenty people who may not say it out loud like him, but that is what going through probably 80% of people's mind in Trinidad and Tobago. They're just not saying it out loud. Then they run the young men and them, we come out for the peace march.
Yeah.
Like
Why you have to run them like that?
like a dog.
Yeah, but I find that was very distasteful. They should not have done that.
Run the young men and them like dog. They lock up people for unnecessary reason. For what?
So, you know, when I saw that happen, Miss Olive, I said, but wait. First time in my life I ever see people from all parts of Port of Spain come together because, you know, it was rumored, I've never been there before because I was always kind of, from what I heard, I was a bit intimidated to go there, although they would have invited me to come there, right? First time in my life I see all parts of Lavantil, John, all the different names of people come together.
Yes, it was a very powerful match.
To show the Prime Minister.
Yeah, they want to come together, but she don't want that.
Mother of the nation.
Where's your mother?
No. Oh God, let us shoot me down yet now. Listen to me. Follow the story with me. Follow me. All right. It's like a little child. Two children fighting, and they realize they make amends, and they say, well, all right, let me go and come together and tell mommy we're sorry, but we will help.
Yes.
So everybody decided to come together, boy, and they come to march in unity for the government to see.
They want to get a better
life.
Yes, they want
you understand me? And they were not even chanting. They wasn't even saying Kamala must go. They wasn't even saying get rid of PNM or get rid of UNC. Or they walk together in unity. And unity. But all you? Nah, man, make it make sense.
What I want her to do is to let the officers and them to stop giving the youths and them in Tunapuna and Lavantil guns to hold. When they stop that, then the country go come back together. So the unity walk, it will stop a lot of them from putting guns in a lot of young men's hand.
Okay,
she need to stop that. So all that is why they didn't want them walking together.
Oh.
Because if they walk together, they won't be able to get these guys to do the dirty job.
And that is why I always say, Miss Olive, I said not all these young men and women, they want to live their life,
At all.
You wouldn't believe it. And I will really take up the offer on a date to mention. And me and my team, we will walk through those areas and have a chat with the people.
Let me tell you something, Warrior. It have a lot of educated young men and young women in those areas. But because they are from those areas, it's very hard for them to get a job.
Well,
you have to know somebody inside to get a job.
Well, that had to stop. I fed up see my black brothers and sisters going down that road.
They have education. But because they come from a certain part, they label them like all of them bad and they no good for nothing. It have plenty young men and women in this area have a lot of talent and very skillful. But they label them as nobody.
Let me tell you something, God, forgive me. When I'm in a comfortable position, I like to cock up. So Mr. Jeffrey, no gosh, I'm feeling comfortable, so I put my foot in a comfort zone now. But let me tell you something.
Candace want to cock up and push your foot all up.
Listen to me, this
the camera see there.
Relax yourself now, because when I'm home, I always cock up. But I ain't lying. The studio here, the atmosphere here is very inviting. It's very comfortable. Some of you all could come down. I ain't lying. This is my first time here in Mr. Jeffrey's studio. And I know all I'm missing is a little shot or something to relax the
We have something here. We have something here. We have something here.
But let me tell you this, Miss Olive. I remember one of my co-workers come and she asked me, she said, I have money, I want to take out something in American store. But my address where I live in, they may not want to give it to me. So I watch you.
That is so true.
I watch you, I say, what you mean? I said, girl, let's walk in the place and tell them you live where you live. She said, no. I live in, I think it was on the Beatham somewhere there. In the early and now coming in the job, as a young girl, I was in my 20s. And then, after talking to her, I realized, I said, well, wait now, you live in them kind of bad people area where nobody doesn't want to go and always a gunshot, but that's what I hear as a young girl growing up. She said, girl, yeah, but inside of there it's so bad, you know. But if I go, they will not give me what I want. I said, well, but I find that to be so, you know, I said, but what really going on?
They have them down like nobody. Like they're no good. They cannot afford certain life. They're not supposed to be able to afford certain life. Their children are supposed to be educated and all these things.
Now you see where I just want to start a cuss. Good afternoon, but give me 2 minutes, they love you. That is where you see I just want to start a cuss. So you only know we when it's time for election. You understand me? But after election, when we give already the power, you understand me, to run the country, all they don't know we again is about time citizens and Trinidad and Tobago have to wake up, you know.
Warrior, I go tell you and workers write something. You see what they do them young people there? They just always tell you out of evil cometh good. You see that what they do them young people there?
It turn their mind against them, you know.
They turn their, yeah.
And I just tell them.
That's making it more and more easier for these young people to go straight to the polls and put back PNM.
But oh God, and you notice, let me tell you, boy, girl, I doesn't even want to talk much. I want, listen to him, I want the elegance and the gracefulness and the motherhood vibes that Miss Penelope Beckles have. I want, watch me. It's so infectious, eh? Watch me. Hey, I's a big woman. I don't have a mother, and I feel she could be my next mother.
Yes.
The woman has love, you know. The woman showing you the love, you know. But here what's going on with this UNC party. They tell themselves, you see, long-time voters like we grandmother and we great-grandmother and things. Oh, they don't have that again. All right.
Yeah. And the young people starting to pick up, and they have their own little talk shows on the social media and now.
Yeah.
So they advance on what's going on. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
So that what they do there Wednesday, that just draw all them used to go and dip their finger for the PNM.
So true. So true. So Trinidad, what we going to do here? Hold on there a little bit, Olive. We're going to switch. We go and switch gears a little bit. Let us play the clip that you're talking about, and we go come back on the next set and we go discuss this whole situation. Yeah. Ashton, when we come back, we will hear your comment. Candace making sure that you know we hear.
No, well, I run
everybody.
it like how I just run my program, you know.
Well, run them down, run them down.
Ah. No. You on? You back on?
Yeah, we back on. And Trinidad, that was a video that was being played there. Seeing the intimidation, the aggression, and the force of the police. When they're supposed to be showing criminals those force. Or you seeing what going on there? Candace, your heart stop there. I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. Go ahead, Candace.
You know, I have young sons, right? I have young sons. And thank God the way I would have bring them up, I ain't saying they're squeaky clean. They, you know, they had a way and thing. But I watch at those young men there, and I picture, like if I see my sons, my nephew there. I want to ask the UNC government, all they know what all they just do there to the people? Listen to me now, my heart feels sad, you know. But I'll make only a promise, eh? You see why I see there on this video? Because I didn't watch the video, you know. And I will watch it again, and I'll 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 watch it again. And I promise all you see what they do there? I would have advocated for the youths and them in my community. All I know what they do there? But I don't understand, boy. Can I feel...
Candace, hold on there. I know you want to think. Hold on a little bit. Ashton, let me hear your contribution here this afternoon. Let me hear.
Good day to the panel and everyone.
Good day.
Right. You're asking a question if the UNC know what it is they do. Right? But we have to ask ourselves this question. If we know what the UNC doing,
I could answer.
Right?
I could answer that because because today I would have several discussions with NGOs and things, and they say they're frightened. They're saying what they're seeing there, and they put it alongside to what they know to be a dictatorship. It's very similar.
Father.
But answer my question, because what I am looking at, the UNC knows exactly what they're doing as they go along day by day. And this is the birth of a dictatorship in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So therefore, we are not sure to be having elections next 5 years, next 4 years, sorry. Because if they continue the manner in which they are going to erase elections. I have said this before they got into power, and I'm saying it again. The UNC under Kamala Persad-Bissessar is somewhat of a dictatorship, because look at what they do. They don't answer any questions. There's nothing you could ask the UNC that they will answer you. They would never answer. They will use all these standing orders you could think about not to answer. Kamala Persad-Bissessar is not making herself present for the public to see her, or to be on the media, the state media, where we could hear what it is, the plans of the government, or the case may be. Now you are segregating the people because you fired all the people of African descent that were in places of importance and replaced them with lesser qualified Indian people. It's not a race thing with me because I Douglas. My father is Indian. Right? My children is Indian. So I put that outside one time. I want nobody to feel well, are you racist? But it is a natural fact. They are saying that CPEP had so much of corruption. So you want to tell me after 3 different audits, to this day, you can post the findings of those audits to show where the PNM was corrupted and CPEP was corrupted?
Up till this day, they impose. Up to this day, and you know, people forgetting that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you across, but up till this day, and nobody in seems to. Why?
Exactly. How much different audits that Khadija Amin already called under the look for that? Plus, there were some other audits that they said was called. Where is the findings? What is the results of these audits? You say you're basing your government on transparency and all these things. So where is the audits for us to get rid of the conspiracy and to get rid of all, not the conspiracy, but the corruption and the fraudulent behaviors and all of these things? Right? You have Philip Alexander. I call him name. You have Philip Alexander. You have this next one, Doubles and Coffee. I don't even like to call him name because it's just thinking about it.
Boy.
You're forever coming out and you're saying that the PNM do this and the PN corrupted and that. And how you justify that, because you have no documentation of anything. You're just saying it. And I've noticed that the UNC have created their own social media space where UNC supporters, they don't listen to the news, they don't listen to TV6 and TV6 and CNC3, they don't read newspapers, everything. It's what this UNC news group put on the internet is what they follow, and it's who's led by Northern and Kirk Mayhew, which is complete. Nothing is correct, right? Now we have the UNC right now is being troubled by somebody who Trinidad and Tobago never even understood, not even believe what would have been there. She didn't for herself. This young Alyssa Phillip. Because last week I saw this young lady voice rock the UNC to the foundation, to the core of the UNC. This lady rock, you know. Right? She get people to rally for her who would have never done it before. And people rallying for her. So what they need to destroy her in some way. So everybody who wants to come together for peace, the government don't want peace. Because if we have peace, we're going to have unity. And if we have unity, then people realize the stupidness that they're doing. So the main thing is to keep the country divided. That is why all this race talk coming out now. Because you're hearing this one saying that they hunted down this young man, right? Let me ask you something. All you know about Wakaman?
Wakaman.
That was the gentleman that used to come out and say, only mother so and so.
And cuss, yeah. Yes. Yes.
And how much thing he show you your candle lighting here and you have it cutlass and you go chop off Rowley neck and all kind of thing. Has he ever been brought to court?
Yeah. No.
Thank you very much. You had Satmaraj, when Satmaraj was alive, he in the truth and the lie was always on something divisive. Oh, it had too much African in high positions and not enough Indians and blah, 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 blah. He was one even told people to rebel against the against the PNM. Was he ever brought to court for that?
No.
No. You had Kamla Prasad Bisasa herself and wait for this for last. Came out with Basdio Pandey and said, if we cannot rule Trinidad and Tobago, we are going to make it ungovernable. Go back into the speeches that Pandey last speech when he was Prime Minister, and go back to in 2014, I believe, 2014, where Kamla Prasad Bisasa said that if they cannot rule Trinidad and Tobago, they are going to make it ungovernable. And she was calling on every single union to stand up against the PNM and stand up against the government and do this and do that. She was in the middle of all these protests showing her face and dancing and shaking hand, which she out her time himself. But now, when people come to protest, you bring up these 15 places they can't. So where are people to go and protest in the middle of the sea? The reason for protesting under the democratic laws and the constitutional Trinidad and Tobago is so that your voice, and all over the world, is that your voice as the small man, as the voter, not small man, but as the voter, could be heard. Because not all the time the opposition carry your voice.
Exactly.
So protest is for your voice now to be heard. So when you go in front of the parliament buildings and all these things, that the ministers now and the people who in charge will hear what you have to say, and they would have to meet with you to have discussions on how the country could go forward. When you take people and push them off in the bush where they can't protest, that means you telling people, we don't really care what you say.
Exactly.
I'll give somebody else. I'll just be in and out. Let them go ahead. I'll listen to all, you know.
All right. So we have another person in the box waiting to make a contribution. Hi. Tasha Lewis?
Yes.
Yes, there.
And for me, my last statement is that nonsense they did there Wednesday, then they're looking to see what they could charge Johan with. All that is a plan to just silence people, get people to stop talking, and they could have Trinidad and Tobago how they want.
Yeah.
The whole plan is to just keep the SOE running for their benefit, not the country, their benefit.
Yeah, because the SOE is in effect, and look, today I think it had 5 murders.
You see?
And the murders keep going on and on and on.
On and on, Miss Candy, on and on.
And yet still, the focus is on we, the citizens, who coming out and crying out for peace.
Imagine that they're more focused on bloggers than crime that's going on in the country.
Yeah.
Imagine that, they have more time to focus on people on social media and than the criminals were killing and breaking in people out and robbing business owners. We had to close down their business and all of that.
Yeah. Their main focus is to muzzle us. When we crying out for help, we're not warring, we're not throwing no missiles, we're not getting on in no time, no kind of way. And the police focuses on us. But yet still have murders going on, or their babies being murdered.
It's a murder. Every day in this country now is a murder. And not one and no. 3, 4. Look, Sunday alone, they say 7 people die in 12 hours.
Yeah, in 12 hours. So then what? What really going?
Yeah, what the SOE for?
I don't know. I would like to know.
The SOE was meant to control.
Yeah, but it ain't controlling nothing.
No, actually, it is controlling, because here I said controlling. It is controlling us because they have us in the state of emergency. And the thing is, the more crimes continue to happen, the better for them, because they could justify the state of emergency, whether it's working or whether it's not working. And we know for a fact it's not working. They can justify the state of emergency by using the amount of crime that it have. If crime drop, right? Just understand, if crime was to literally really go down, then they would have to end the state of emergency.
Yes.
Then now they would have to come to answer for what it is they're doing. But because of the fact that the state of emergency is still ongoing, and crime is still high, they're now using it as their justification not to answer anything and to keep the country the way it is. So the only way to get rid of them really right now is that crime have to go down. But when the young people come together to try to get crime to go down,
they stop them.
You're running them like dogs. Right? Because one fast thing before I go. You were saying that they want to stop crime and what. You have warrants out for certain people. Right? Listen, you have warrants out for certain people as gang members and gang leaders. How much different gangs came together in Port of Spain on Wednesday?
But that is it.
Right? Was anybody arrested?
No.
There's a video of Ian Allen showing Cayman 6, who is wanted right now for a series of murders.
And he came out.
He's an entertainer. He was standing on the corner by the gas station with his hands up behind his head and all kind of thing, and Ian Allen pointing him out to the camera. And there was a police stand up right not too far next to him. Did they do anything?
No.
How much criminals actually came out? Many of them came out. So if all you wanted to apprehend these gentlemen, all you had the right time to apprehend them, but what's all they do? Absolutely nothing. So they don't want to solve crime. They need this crime to continue going. That is why they put Alexander in the position where they put him.
Jesus Christ.
You know, he's a failure. That is why they take a second division middle class officer and make him the commissioner of police. Totally incompetent. The entire government. I am not saying it because I just don't like them. I am saying it because their track record have been proven to be incompetent. So what are we going to do? How are we going to solve these issues?
This is a very troubling time for Trinidad and Tobago.
For Trinidad and Tobago, that is so true.
Very troubling time. Oh,
it's
God.
very troubling.
It's depressing, you know. Only you find it depressing.
Yeah.
It is very depressing because look, now you want to come to bring body cams. after Gary Griffith for so much years talk about body cams, you had over 1,200 body cams that you said the national, not the national, but the Homeland Security Minister said that these body cams, anybody could shut them off so they can't use them. The reason why those were the cams that was taken by Gary Griffith, because those are the cameras that are used in New York and all over. The reason why for those cams, for you to be able to shut it off, if you are speaking to an informant,
yeah,
you don't want to be recording the informant because of the fact that it could lead to him losing his life and your case falling apart. So that is why they were able to switch off the cameras and put it back on. But no, you didn't want that. You want to bring with the cameras on all the time. This same, I tell you, listen to the incompetence, you know. This same Roger Alexander, when they decide to put the police on them in the school, and they asked if they be wearing body cams in the school, he said no, they don't have to. And he would not recommend, because if you're white in the school, children go want to come and take picture in front of them all the time. That was the excuse for it. But now you're saying that all you're looking to get to introduce it, and your officers now refusing to wear it.
Yeah, but
so
the thing is this, Mr. Ashan, why are they refusing? Why? What it is? Or they have so much cocoa in the sun that all
Yes, because they have things to hide. This is what brings me. This is what is going to give. Please allow me a couple minutes to say.
Yes, you go ahead. You go ahead. Take your time. You take your time. Nobody ain't running here. We let your voice be heard. Go ahead.
Because of they not wanting the body cams, which is now leading us to this discussion here with Justice Samaru and Miss Kaya Silly.
Yeah.
Because we have camera footage where we know what take place. We saw the video. Everybody saw the video. So I don't have to explain. Right? But what people didn't see is the lead up to it, because you know that there are 4 other video footages of the car almost 100 feet in front of the police vehicle behind, showing the glass, all the glasses up. So where she getting chance to shoot from? Where she shot from? And is she so good to shoot as a police vehicle while in a moving vehicle? I don't think she that good. Right? The other part is I want to show you how things run into one. When she was in hospital, what was one of the things they were fighting for to get from the police? I will answer that question. Her phone.
Oh, yes, they wanted to get her phone.
Right. Could you remember this week here she sent, you know the statement she sent this week, right?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, she sent a statement stating that Joshua was on the phone because they were making some errands that they had to make. And Joshua was on the phone to meet someone in Maloney.
Oh, yes, I heard of that statement. She gave that statement. Yes, I thought it was something new.
Right, but she said he was on the phone and the conversation went south. And as the conversation went south, the officer aligned with the vehicle and with the gun drawn and what.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, everybody talking about the chase and the shooting and the chase. Now, that phone call that Joshua made, if it is that phone call, the recipient of that phone call was the police in the vehicle who did the shooting, what would that tell you?
Exactly.
That is why they wanted the phone. That is why they want the phone. So they could get to erase the records. But you can't, because they could go to the server and get it.
But they didn't get the phone.
They had the phone. The police had the phone. And they had to file motions to get the phones back from the police.
Oh. I find go ahead.
The other thing is, now, I am not a police officer, but I worked before alongside them, so I know. Because I worked at one of the country's top funeral homes. So I used to be on crime scenes. Right? When a crime happens of shooting, whatever the case may be, you know what is done? They would take the people and take them to the hospital. or we would take them out of the vehicle if they pronounced dead from the DM, or the case may be. These two were not pronounced dead. They were taken from the vehicle and taken to the hospital. What should have been done next is that the officers who were there were supposed to move away. Now, this is protocol.
Yeah.
They were supposed to move away from the crime scene, while the other officers who there would now secure the crime scene. Right? That did not happen. What you had now is an officer forever dipping inside of the vehicle, keep on in and out, in and out, in and out.
And that's the same thing I saying. That's the same thing I saying.
How he could be doing that?
Right. Till you are here now that an officer reached in, took out the gun that they say was in the car, put it in his vest, and left. That in itself is removing evidence from a crime scene. That is tampering with evidence.
Exactly.
Why was she not tested for gunshot residue? Why her clothes was not tested? Why Joshua clothes was not tested for gunshot residue? But now all they want to come. So if it is that at the time the police was there and they find the gun in the car, right? This is how the law goes there. People doesn't pay attention. If he was there and they were shooting, and you find a gun in the car, why hide it? Number one.
Exactly.
Number two, why was she allowed to leave the country? Because if her gun was found in the vehicle,
yeah, but not only that, she's supposed to be arrested. She's supposed to be a prisoner on the hospital bed. So from the time immediately from the time you doctor diagnosed you, all right, well, you could go home. Your home supposed to be in royal jail or in the woman's jail. You wasn't supposed to. The young lady, you only allow her to go home. Why is in the vicinity of her home? A flight was prepared. She went abroad to get further, help. And to date now, when all they sit down and all they cock up all their story, I don't know. I want to ask a question. Why they fighting so hard? Why they fighting this thing so hard? Is it that one of the police have a godfather in there?
No, they're fighting this hard because the police commissioner put his foot in his mouth, and now Kamala put her foot in her mouth also. So if this case, let me tell you something, if KRCB wins this case, right, this is going to now completely destroy the TTPS and the government and the National Security Council of Trinidad and Tobago. Why? Because instead of proper investigations being done, all you jump out and say that you have 100% trust and faith in your officers and they will get a desk duty for the while they remain on duty, and they will get counseling.
Yes, I was now coming with that part. I was now coming with
that. 4 months you had to wait to get these simple things done to find out what is going on. And then when you do present the DPP, now we cannot blame the DPP.
No, I'm not blaming him.
He could only go on the information he received from the police. So when the police come and send the stupidness they sent for him, on what they sent, he had to make his calls on what they sent. Right? Notice after he got the statement from her, immediately he posted that the police and them supposed to get charged. Immediately he made that post. Right? This whole thing is simple to show that the police force has a hit squad in it, and they know that. So by the Prime Minister, by the Commissioner of Police now having all the faith in his police officers, and the Prime Minister now, without even asking questions, have all this faith in the police and them, and then the police now come to find that it was murder. And it was something deeper than that because of the fact that they had phone conversations with whoever this mystery person is forget the place, man. Which part it was up there now? This mystery person from up there is the person now who responsible for whatever take place. So again, as I say, if the police officer in Maloney, if the police officer in the back of the vehicle, because when she said is when he hung up the phone, is then the police officer came out from the back of the vehicle with his gun drawn. So therefore you was talking to him on the phone and whatever transaction all you had didn't work out. So you drive away in fear for your life. And because of that, now that is why they hunted down. And that same police officer, look at the video, who came out of the back of the vehicle, is the first person to fire, and he fired on Tia Steely's side. That is the bullet that went through the back and came through the front of the windscreen, making people think that she was shooting from inside the car.
Look, I ain't lying, you know.
Right, but we didn't come to really discuss that whole part.
I know, but let me tell you something. See this? I know it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The more I think of it, it is so upsetting, and you're actually seeing wickedness.
Yeah,
total. Total wickedness, you know. And you know what hurt me? You know what hurt me? Instead of the prime minister, boy, I find she should have remained neutral. Don't take sides.
Well, any right-thinking prime minister would have
been neutral.
As I told you already, her intention is not to come out of office. We are not sure if we're going to have an election in the next 4 years.
Yeah, but even if that is her intention, hear this, my brother. Even if that is her intention, not to come out of office, look at her age. Look at her age. Who is going to hold on to the mantle if something should happen to her?
Now we're going down deeper into the rabbit hole. Because she doesn't intend to, she wants to be, let me tell you, Kamala Bissasa wants to be the first elective president of Trinidad and Tobago.
And she rocking chair?
Yes, meaning that the office of the president would be no longer anymore, and those powers will go to the prime minister, making them the executive president because of and go to the popular vote rather than the Westminster system, which we share today. Right? Because there's always said the UNC getting more popular vote, the PNM when this is, but UNC getting more popular vote. So they want to change it now where the popular vote speaks and the seats really mean nothing.
All that for money and power, boy. All that for money and power, and the citizens suffering, boy. Yeah. So they really don't care about the people, boy. Or they never did care about the people. Or they never did care about the people, boy. And that's why the people feeling used. That's why the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago is feeling hurt. You understand me? So when we come out to voice our opinions and tell you we feeling hurt of the decisions you're making, you want to chastise we. What it is we do?
We talk.
All this some money and power, boy. All this some money and power, boy.
Yes, because if we talk, the international community is going to hear, and it is going to disrupt her plans of what she wants to do. So she cannot afford that to happen, so she has to keep us quiet.
I tell you something, you see the God I serve? You see the Lord I serve? Is a powerful and mighty God, eh?
Yeah, but he allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Everything that happened, he does allow it to happen for his purpose.
Yeah, and but I find now, I want to tell you know what I want to say to God right about now with all this pressure, all this heartache. Because it's the youths that I tell you, I watch that you see that part with the video where them youths and them walk away in defeat. That hurt me, you know. I just want to tell God how. Father God, how. It's hurting. I feel it all in my spirit. I feel it in my soul. That's not right.
We have to suffer the consequences for our actions, and electing, allowing the UNC to be elected into office is the consequences of our actions.
I wish, let me tell you something, I wish somebody would have told me, you know. You see this mistake I have had I have had bad past relationships which I say, oh God, I make a mistake and I regret it. But you see this mistake I make? You see this mistake I make? I ain't lying, you know. I will never, ever make this mistake in my life again. I don't care what nobody say. They can come and what?
We were warned. We just didn't pay attention.
I can't sit down and see. I cannot sit down and see the young people suffering, and I don't understand why they're not listening.
We were warned because we had 2010 to 2015.
Yeah, but then again, too, let me tell you something. You had to blame somebody. Listen to me. We have to. Yes, we were warned. Yes, But the PNM is to blame too, you know. You hear what I'm telling you? Some of these ministers would have lost their way. They lost. You see, they forget the people on the ground. And we, the citizens, must not allow them to do that to us again. Because whenever they check it out, the PNM is not a bad party, you know.
No.
But I mean to say, it's human. Flesh is weak. And at times you tell yourself you're up there, so you'd rather study the small man on the ground, but you always have to put the small man on the ground first.
Always.
We don't mind if all they clean out the treasury, you know. We don't mind if all they thief out the treasury or do all they want, but oh God, make sure the man on the ground have something to go by. We are not asking for freeness, you know. These citizens on the ground, imagine that when I get to find out how much the CPEP workers and they are working for, I start to feel shame. I say, well, what's going on with me and money? People with CPEP, they literally build house, they buy car, they send the children to school. I don't know, God alone know how that money stretches so. And to see you come and you take that away from them and leave them with nothing. You understand?
Because these people always had a little susu and things going on. So that is how the money stretch.
But you know what let me tell you something. You know, I just blame the PNM too. I just blame some of the ministers in the PNM because they get too cocky. All you have to remember, all you serving the people is the people before all you have to put in the work. Let me tell you something. You know what I believe Christopher Rowley fight on Penelope for all them years? It's because he have the old Messiah kind of Pharaoh kind of tactics.
Pharaoh mentality.
Pharaoh mentality is what I say goes. You understand me? Because he knows that as a prime minister, he there for a while and he would study the patterns of all ministers that vie to be the next prime minister. And I always hear, I heard a guy told me that any government that come in power, they, you know, some of them, they like to starve the people. They like to keep you hungry. And when you're hungry, they could control you. And I believe that is what Mr. Keith, Christopher Rowley, and all the other ministers that they have, you know where, that is what they're trying to do. Keep you in control. But that method not working anymore. That making the population get angry. Because the youth's different. You cannot do them that.
Youths today are more educated. And
yes, and they are educated. They're not taking that. Look at is Alyssa Phillip. That Alyssa young lady. Hey, you see that young lady? Whoa. That young lady very educated, you know.
That young lady is a danger. I told her the other night to be careful, you know. That young lady is a danger to the UNC.
Careful of what? Careful of what? The Holy Ghost anointing is upon that child.
Yes, we know that.
The Holy Ghost anointing is upon. Let me tell you something. The Lord wouldn't give us nothing more than we could bear, you know. You hear what I'm telling all you? And the more all you believe in that, you know God could come now and trample the, according to the Rasta friend, trample the dragon right about now.
Yeah.
You see that young lady? You see that young lady? You see that young? You see that young? You saw it too, ma'am? You saw it, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
Covered.
Okay.
Look frightened for her. She covered.
No, I just tell her to be careful. And I mean to say, not because you're covered, it means you would walk in carelessness. No.
Yeah, but she is aware of that. And you know, let me tell you something. I just get horrors when people come and tell me. Because I just say to warrior, be careful, eh? But God didn't give me a spirit of fear, boy. If I was frightened, I'd never come back up here.
True. No. You're correct because
I'm tired.
Only platform I'm on, eh? I'm on some other platforms and I have received calls to shut up and don't say nothing.
Let me tell you something. I put my trust and faith in the Lord. You hear what I'm telling you? I put my trust and faith in the Lord. And that is final. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And you see, right about now, I am saying enough is enough. You're pushing the people over the edge because you get a little power. Why you doing with that? Why are you doing that to us? People is going to get fed up and all you're pushing the people, and that clearly shows all they don't want peace. If you know, watch when you see that part where the police came and was running them little young fellas, I saw the feet. You know what I see? You know what I see? You know what I see on their faces? God hear me. Well, what we gonna do now? What we gonna do now? We come together in peace, boy. We come together in unity. And all they run with, so they rather kill with them. That you want to see? That is exactly what I see.
Don't want no peace.
And you know what hurted me? It's my people. It's my kind of people. It's my kind of people. I only expect people to digest that. And I will always say this: what will it profit a man to gain the whole world and suffer the loss of his own soul? I want to see what some of all are going and tell God, you know.
Well, remember, you're dealing with people who don't believe in God.
Yeah, but they don't believe in God, but they have a God.
Yes, we know that. But they don't.
That is why. That is why. Listen to me, man. Oh God, I ain't lying, you know. I feel. You see that part of that video? I feel so hurt.
This is why my good friend, when he started talk, and he was thinking, I never gave him wrong, because he was speaking from a religious point of view. Because the Hindus just come out, and now I don't mean to offend anybody, and if anybody is offended, that is all a problem. Put it on their pocket and go home with it. The Hindu people believe that their religion is their religion, and you can't tell them nothing about their religion.
Okay, fine by me.
You see people who believe in God and believe in the Bible. My Bible tell me, my King James version of the Bible, they could say who writes it, I don't care, tells me in one of the commandments that I am not to bow to any
idol.
Image, or any idol, any image.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
Wooden image, nothing.
When he stood up and he talked about that, he wasn't lying from his point of religion.
No.
Because you have Hindu people here dying and hungry and starving, and they have cattle outside pat fat, and they wouldn't kill a cattle and eat, because why? That is all your God.
Let me tell you, I don't argue religion. You see, religion, I don't argue religion, because that is a never-ending thing. You see, my concern.
It's a never-ending thing. I don't argue it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you free to have your worship and your practice, you go by the beach on a Sunday morning to take a bathe, there's 10,000 flag and all kind of thing in the sea, you can't bathe. Right? So you must come and infringe on me, and when I talk about it now, all they want to kill me, all they lock up me, man, all they want to kill me.
Sometimes I just ask myself, what is that doing, you know? What is that do?
It's not what you do, it's what we all do. But these are the last days, and this is how it's going to be in the last days.
God had to have mercy, boy. God had to have mercy. God have to have mercy on Trinidad and Tobago.
It is only going to get worse. The time for mercy is not yet.
No. I'm not taking that. You see, it is only going to get worse. God must intervene. You see that? Don't cry that. You see that? You see what you talk out, what it is you talk out in the atmosphere is what's going to happen. You understand, man?
The Bible tells us these things.
Yeah, but God can change that. We still have to have hope, and we still have to have faith.
Yes.
I'm fed up here negativity. I'm fed. Aye. Yeah, but in God, all.
And when we turn from them. No, vex with me. What I'm saying is,
no, I ain't vexed. But you see, we have to stop. Listen to me. We have to stop saying this. We have to stop saying that. If we want to move forward and we want positivity, we want a better life, we have to stop saying that. We have to stop giving. We have to stop giving energy to this negativity. You understand me? We cut through the man Christ Jesus. Anything is possible. According to you, we really have to go down in prayers now. We have to exercise our faith in God. But no, I ain't taking that. It must have a... Listen to me, man. Hey.
Maybe yes, I worded it the wrong way.
No, I ain't vexed with you, eh? I ain't vexed with you. It's just the thought of hearing somebody saying, we have darker days ahead. I can't take no more of the darker days. I can't. I'm not vexed with you. I'm not vexed with you.
I put it in the wrong wording.
You understand? I'm not vexed.
I use the wrong wording.
I'm not angry at you, but you know, to know what this is what I help lead the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago into, and I being a part of this. All because I wanted change, and I tell myself the grass was greener on the other side, you know. I just take that very hard, you know. But at the end of the day, the PNM have to take some of the blame. The PNM has to, and some of the ministers, they had to hold some of the blame. PNM, this country do not belong to PNM, nor UNC. It belongs to the citizens. Once you're a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, the country belongs to you and I. And let us face it, the ministers on either side would have lost their way and forget the people on the ground. And all of them had to wear the shame too. All of them. I don't care if they vex with me, I just watch them. When I'm in meetings with them, they just watch me cross eye. But here what, I don't care. I don't care because I'm fighting for the people. I fed up see young men dying on the side of the street. I fed up see young girls selling their body and getting HIV with, or if not, it's for children without the education of, and it's the black people who are suffering. So when I hear a man come up and say black people don't like one another, I might hate it, but it's the truth. It's about time we stop at that and see how powerful black people is. We black people is very powerful. Why you think they're afraid of us?
Exactly.
Why you think they're trying to keep us in oppression? Why you think they're trying to keep us silent? Because they know how powerful black people is. We're powerful in prayer. Why you think they silence the Baptists? Why you think they did not allow the Baptists to walk the street, show their water and ring the bell? Eh? Why you think they do that? It's not today they infiltrating with the spiritualism thing, you know. But that's a talk for another day. Let me don't let myself go beside myself. Let me put a full stop there. But it has hurt me. It has hurt my spirit. Oh God. Oh God. Here now. Lord Father. It has hurt me. It has bothered my spirit. It has bothered me to see how it's mostly I am sure if you do a ratio, how much black people lock up in the prison. It have the innocent ones, it have the guilty ones. It have the ones that were framed, literally get framed, and in jail for something they never do. But in jail, as I say, everybody innocent and everybody guilty. But check and do a head count. It's only my black brothers.
The prison population right now is roughly about 65 to 70% of the prison population, whether on remand or what, is black boys. Black it's boys, true. Not men.
Yeah, black boys.
Right. The other 30 to 25 to 30% is in between is Indian and Spanish.
Yeah, but you can count them in a finger. You can count them in one hand.
Yeah, because the police not focusing on crime, they focusing on the race. When black people
so being black is a crime. So if you're black, you warrant to go and make a jail.
Yes.
And I find we black people, and I'm talking to my black people, I'm not racial, because the East Indian people, they have a togetherness amongst themselves. They just prop one another. If you say they just take care of one and help one another, why black people can't do that? And we are the most powerful people. We are the most powerful race it have.
Yes.
And listen, just now wait. I don't want to forget my trend at all.
Go ahead, darling. Go ahead.
I find it's about time black people not just talk it, but put it into action. Black people, let we unite now. Not to war the government, you know, but let us come together and prop one another in doing the right thing. Let us support one another, because you notice the fact that all the black little young boys and girls came out together. Every one of them come together, you know. I thought I am what? I am 47 years, and I never thought in my whole entire life I would have seen something like this. And if you notice, who they used to run them? people like we self. And that break my heart, you know.
We are our own oppressors.
That break my heart, you know.
Right? That is why I was going to say, what I'm going to say is, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Who owns Bhagwan Singh's hardware, the largest hardware in, you could say, the Caribbean and Trinidad and Tobago? It's Indian.
East India.
Right?
It's East India.
Right. Who owns Massey Stores, the conglomerate of Massey Stores?
East Indians.
No. You see, that is where we go wrong.
Uh-huh.
The owner of Massey Stores is a gentleman by the name of, well, at least the Caribbean, is a gentleman by the name of Jovis Warner.
Okay.
He is a black, cokey eye MAGA man. You understand? And when you look at Massey, rather than having your Negro people in positions in Massey, who running Massey? When you watch, it's because you seen a Syrian, a white skin man here, you seen an Indian man here, and the whole set of people working for them is a bunch of Indians and 1 or 2 Creoles. Why? You are the strongest group in Trinidad and Tobago right now because he overtake the SABGA group. He overtake the SABGA corporations, and the same thing you made the mistake you said just now. You say Indian. No. The CEO of Massey, which is Massey Energies and Massey Stores and Massey Motors, everything, is Jovis Warner, a black man, a Negro, an African, a nigger, even if you want to go so far as to call him. And when you watch Bhagwan Singh, the name is Bhagwan Singh is Indian, it's only Indian inside in top positions. All the low ranking thing like the CB flow and partition is African. And when you watch Massey is African owned, but only Indians inside of it. So we doing this to ourselves.
Wow.
Look where I live, there's a company. I'm not going to call any other company, but this company in a couple years ago was one of the largest growing companies in the Point Lisa's industrial estate. And when you watch the man, what he do? He married an Indian woman. When you watch what's going on, the whole company is only Indian. About 20 African working in the whole company who hire over 500 people. And you're one of the largest growing companies providing maintenance workers, and when I mean maintenance men who working on the plant, keeping the plant clean, seen about this, seen about that valve and all kind of, and your company was 90% Indian, 10% African, and you are an African. So this just to show African people don't hire African people. We don't put each other on our backs and tote them until they could stand on their own. We push them down and we bring another race.
That is so true.
To tell me so long Trinidad and Tobago here, and we don't have an African-owned bank in Trinidad and Tobago?
That is so true. So true.
We don't have an African-owned bank, so you want to tell me all the businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago who are of African descent cannot pull the money towards a bank and start a bank and get it going? The closest we ever had owned a bank in Trinidad and Tobago was Clico Financial. That is the closest we had to our bank, and that was an investment company.
You see,
I'll let somebody else on the floor say something.
Good afternoon on the panel, everybody.
Hey, Sherry, as you join the panel, I mean, we had some heated discussion. Candace says she had to cool down because she nearly eat the microphone just now there. I don't know why my partner here had she in that game.
I'm too long to join, but I come on to say this.
Let me hear what you say.
I get a little piece of now come on.
Okay.
But what I want to say is our race is the only race that do not promote racism. And currently right now, all over is racism being promoted, and it's not by our kind. Why they're running the country on racism? And I recall the last election that Kamala did win. It was the 24th. On the 25th, I went to purchase doubles the morning. And I
wait. I hear you say that already. But say it again. Say it again. I hear you say it again.
The last election, Kamala did win. Right? It was the 24th. On the 25th, I will never forget. I went to purchase doubles. An East Indian man came and purchased exactly 1 doubles. He dropped it on the ground and he take his foot and he crush it. And he said, this is how we go on our niggas now. And I turned to that man. Not this one. And sure. Not this one. No, I didn't say it like that. You're not going to put the little mothers and the mothers in it. You understand? And it's them that promote all the racism. Our kind don't. We love them. We don't have time to promote racism. We want a better country. We want to be happy. We want to be comfortable. We want to be financially stable. We want a better education for our children. We want a brighter future for our children because the children is the future. We don't have time to sit down and promote no racism. When we buy a bottle of rum by the bar, anybody could drink.
Yeah.
Every creed and race find an equal place.
Now, mind you, I want to say, it's not all Indian people. I'm not picking up for them, It's not all Indian people thinking along those racist lines, It's the ones who washing them out, eating and drinking and sleeping Kamala foolishness. Because not all of them is like that.
I love my East Indian brothers and sisters. But if you used to do a ratio of who's pushing racism, you will tell me differently. Some of them just don't outright bring it out. Sometimes when the laugh will hit them and they slip through their tongue.
No, you gave us an instance with your doubles. Let me give you an instance with me. Now, I'm not going to call the company name, but I am working for one of the largest oil drilling companies in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? I am a direct man assistant driller. Right? Now, the rig was in the yard last year, and I went to work, and I went in the washroom, and come out the washroom, stand up behind a truck. 2 mechanics stand up and they're talking. Now, they ain't seen me, they ain't know I did. And if I lie after God. God has my witness right here. And he would stand up and say, there's some statement in the command they make, and he stand up and say, he rather eat shit from Kamala, excuse my language, than to eat ham and jam from no nigger.
Wow.
When he made this statement, now they continue. When I walk out and he see me, he watch me. He shocked now. He said, but buddy, you use your man does. What you think about it? I say, you know what you just say, and I hear what you just say. So you see me, stay away from me. And I walk off and I leave him riding. So imagine he could say that. Right? That just shows the mindset of these people and them. They are willing to take whatever the UNC give them because it's an Indian party. That is why I asked them the other day, if Jolene John take over the party, for go still vote for the party. You know one turn and tell me? Michaela will be the next Prime Minister. So they rather go to jump to Michaela Pandey than to stay with their own party because Jolene John take over the party.
If she take over the party.
Jolene John is like Wednesday in the middle of the party. She don't belong.
Right, but them don't care. Because them go see if she take over, they will see a Creole African taking over. So they will go to where the Indian is and they will jump to go to Michaela Pandey's party. That is the mentality. This is what they mean by they rather eat their own shit than to eat ham and jam from a Creole. So
now, I could share a lot of experiences, you know. I could share a lot of experiences on that them.
I have
my mother who gave birth to me, and that them lose her job. She was given a promotion before they go in, and when they come in, she never get the promotion. When they come in, that was the last time she worked government. She go hell and back in court for them. You know who they palm it off on? The unions.
Yeah, each and somebody had to take the blame.
Let the unions deal with that. And these union representatives we have in Trinidad and Tobago need to stop taking money under the table. If you represent the citizens properly.
Don't say that. That will never happen. That is why when they come out to talk, they tell them there's a bunch of hypocrites. Especially see this Anthony Rouge, you see this Tony Rouge. Aye.
Imagine you living in a nation that they once called sweet TNT. And you had to be afraid. You had to be walking on eggshells. No pandemic in the air. No pandemic. But like we have to put on a mask to walk around right now.
Yep.
Because you can't open your mouth and very soon you might not even be able to think.
Well, if this is I'm telling you all something. Now the intention is to extend the SOE. We know that for a fact, right? But they also have some additional laws that they're making right now to come with the extension of the SOE, which is one, a police officer could demand for you to open your phone and you have to give him your phone, open it and give it to him. That is one. Two, police would have the rights to enter into your homes without a warrant. Police will also have the right to detain upon their discretion. So they could lock you up. If they feel to lock you up, they could lock you up and say you was drunk. Or you was doing this, you was doing that because they feel to.
Yeah, right? But that madness. I don't understand that at all. That real madness.
You would see coming
out. We not all person.
Oh, social media is
always hearing people say we have freedom of speech. We have freedom of speech. Just don't defame nobody's character. Right? Now I am an individual. My mouth hot. Yeah, my mouth hot and I deny it. I will cuss your black as well, but just be mindful of what I say. Because when I say certain things, you must not be able to bring me up for defamation of character. Right? But I always know that we have freedom of speech. But now, I had to go and start to read now to wonder if it's still there.
It is still there, but it have under the, you see, the freedom of speech is a constitutional freedom. But it have been amended for the SOE. This is why they will keep the SOE. Because if the SOE ends, then we go back to full freedom of speech. But as the SOE continues, we are now governed by the laws under the SOE, the amended laws under the SOE. Yeah. That is what we are governed by now.
Correct me if I'm wrong. When the former Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley, had the SOE to save our lives through the pandemic, the opposition was doing the opposition part, giving a lot of opposition about the SOE continuing as of midnight tonight. There is no pandemic currently, but we're not even still getting the as of midnight tonight.
No, we waking up next morning, sir.
They coming like thief in the night with everything that they coming with. How could you come Christmas morning and give us a Christmas present of hiking traffic fines?
Yeah.
That's the best Christmas present you could give to your citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that vote you in power on April 28th.
Drive and stay home, don't go nowhere. That's what I mean. Right? So I am telling you.
Best Christmas gift for you could give to us.
Yeah. I am telling you on the 17th of June, the SOE is going to end. And on the 8th, on the 16th, going on to the 17th, and on the 17th, you're going to hear it was extended, and you are going to hear about social media, posting on social media negative comments about the government and certain other things, they're going to label it as misleading information, Then they're going to tell you about your phones where the police are able to stop you in the road and you have to open your phones and whatever the case may be. And then you're going to hear where the police is able to enter into your homes under their suspicion, under their judgment.
Now, listen to me, Ashton. Listen to me carefully.
Mm-hmm.
When you're watching the World Wide Web
Uh-huh.
and you go global, any country in the world going through anything at all, and the citizens of that nation is not pleased, they just go and they make their blogs. Nobody ever silence them.
Correct.
Because when a citizen air their view, it's for the government to know.
Hold on there a second. Hold on there a second. Let me give way to the caller. Good evening, caller. Hello, good afternoon, caller. Hello, good afternoon. Caller, good afternoon. Well, let me think. The caller not really responding. Go ahead, Miss Cherry.
Go the reason why I said this, when I citizen air their view, is for the government to know, well, this affecting the population or that affecting the population. How can we rearrange this so that it could work for both us, the government, and the citizens of the nation? You feel as citizens want to take time out of their lives, their busy schedule, to come and sit down and talk about the government every day. We don't have time for that. But because it's affecting us and our family and our home and our mental state, and now I get into see it affecting our spiritual state, we have to voice our opinion. What or you want us to hold the team, and you're holding things that troubling you, you end up in a mental health institution.
You don't hold in things for too long, and I believe the government is preying on that, hoping
Jeffrey Trinity, why you bullshit?
They're hoping that we riot somewhere along the line so that she could get to call police.
No, but I am pleading to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Don't give in to the tactics. That is what they want. Don't ever give them what they want.
And they tried that on Wednesday. They tried it on Wednesday and it failed.
They want us to do that so that they will have the upper hand on us to say they could bring this bill and that bill and no $100 bill. All the other bills except a $100 bill.
Right. His police state they're looking to get.
I hope the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago don't give them that. Yeah, we understand they are in power. And to the ones who want to run to, I'm taking this time to say this now. The ones who go into social media, please, I'm pleading with you guys. Be very mindful of your presentation. Don't ever give them your jack to hang. I am disappointed. This is my opinion. This is not the view of nobody else, but the view of mine. I am disappointed on both the citizen and the government. I'm disappointed in you and Harry. You could have said what you said in a different manner where they could not hang your jack. As well as I'm disappointed in the government in the manner of which they dealt with it.
And Cherry, I know you have some powerful contribution, but I would like you, I mean, I don't know when you have time again, I would like you to come up here because people want to put a face to it. It's not no SB thing, you understand? We come in here and Ashton Taylor message me in my inbox, let me get your number. Let we have a personal conversation because I mean some of the things that you are sharing here, you might find that we find that everybody should know what you've done already saying, but people ain't know. People ain't saying. I can tell you here today, what I am doing here is on my own strength, from my own pocket, and I sacrifice a lot. I lost a lot too. So I don't intend to lose here again. We didn't 10 years in this Trinidad and Tobago. You know people dead underneath in the last year because of incompetence. You know how much people hang themselves through suicide? You know how people give up? You know how much marriage was broken because people lost their jobs? You know how much man, at the end of the day, what the whole humanity, the manlyhood was lost because of this stinking government? You know how much people?
Jeffrey, I have two female friends presently. I have two female friends presently. I just had to talk to them because they say they're ready to give up because they can't stand to watch their children hungry.
Hey, listen to me. If it wasn't for my team, if it wasn't for the people here, some of the people here who would have reached out to me, I don't give up long time. Just about a month and a half ago, I give up. I give up this. Because at the end of the day, when you're talking to people, when they're coming out on a platform and pouring your heart and your soul, it's not just words coming out of my mouth here, you know. It's my soul I'm pouring out. I ain't nobody in pain to do this. And I seeing the determination, the drive that I have here in bringing this thing here together. I'm blowing on. Because at the end of the day, it's because of God Almighty. And I see it as my purpose in doing something. Nobody in doing nothing and then getting paid for it. Let me be real.
But the truth have to come out.
It had to come out. It had to come out. And I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. They had to kill me because I'm not stopping. They could come with whatever they want. They could send Alexander. Yeah, they could send. They could send Guerrero. Thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank the Almighty God, thank God, thank God.
I want the Lord to open the floodgates of heaven over the nation of Trinidad and Tobago. I want His divine intervention over the nation of Trinidad and Tobago.
This is the worst I ever see.
Because right now we have a serious spiritual battle going on right here in Trinidad, but we don't know. Who know about it, but who don't know, because notice something. Look at how much children start to get killed. Look at how much bloodshed. Besides murder, you know. Besides the murder, look at on the roads.
Ashton, you know what people just tell me? Oh God, girl. I fed up eat dumpling, boil down in coconut juice. I fed up eat lentil peas and dumpling. That is all I could afford because a pack of lentil peas is $7 and I could get a pack of flour for $9.
All that thought there, Trinity. All that thought. We have a next person on the team here. One of the heavy hitting speakers, Megatron. Megatron, good evening.
Blessed day to you, Jeffrey.
Yes, man.
Jerry, Ashton, Tasha, the whole of TikTok and YouTube. If you're streaming on YouTube and
yes, we're streaming all day. We jump into it. I know it's a man of the sudden hand.
Jump right into it.
Yeah.
Where the wicked shall flee, let the righteous follow.
Yes.
You see this government at Trinidad and Tobago, they will fall by the wayside because every wicked decision and deception they're making against the country will not stand up in contest.
All.
For them to know. You see all the wicked ones. You see all the wicked ones and them who stood on and plotting the downfall of the country and eating and drinking the best and laughing. May they live forever in greed and unhappiness. May they live forever in greed and unhappiness. You see this what's going on in my Twin Island state? This could never be Trinidad. Jeffrey, this could never be Trinidad, boy. We have people making up laws, saying, no, and actually, and just making a law and saying, well, right, Trinidad, they gotta go with it. The police telling you, there's law now that they can't protest here, there, and everywhere. The Prime Minister acting like if she's a gangster because there's rebelliousness in the government, deceitfulness. And they show their good true colors, and I'm glad they show the true colors. Because as they talk out against them, they look into muzzle, they look into silence, they look into quiet here. Jeffrey, I not on that, you know.
And watch me, Megatron, let me tell you one time I had a talk with Johan lawyer. The police and them would have beat the boy so bad behind bars. Yeah, but that will come out just now. They beat him real bad. They beat Johan for cussing them Hindu gods and them. Let me tell you how sick they is. Go ahead, Megatron.
You're beating a man for cussing Hindu gods, right? But all the woman, all the wife just be cussing all the side girl cussing all man cussing all and threatening all the. I tell you just now this place go get revolution and let them continue, and I want to issue a warning to them serious. You see that wicked way all they keeping up, or they will fall by the wayside. Don't worry, good sense go prevail. People go start to stand up against and rise up against this Babylon. We're trying to keep the definition of oppression towards the people at Trinidad and Tobago. I can say I live in a country and I have a prime minister who don't give one tooth and nail about what's happening here more than try to meddle in affairs overseas that not meddling with we. Before you study your people and try to make your people happy, you rather make your people unhappy. Let me tell you something. I go and tell shit here straight, no disrespect. I hate that woman. And you know what I hate that woman for? That is not the woman I know back in 2010 to 2015. Something shift within the spiritual realm and on that woman. I watching she hold face, she hold demeanor. That is not the Kamala we know. And they see the puppet and them who pulling the strings behind the scenes. Like Barry Parrott and them who like to talk.
On this panel, as much as we have feelings towards them, we're not expressing it on this panel.
Let me explain something here. Me ain't cussing no false god, and I don't like my prime minister, period. Because here why? I not thinking about me. I thinking about the younger ones below me who going through more suffering, like if they have real bills to pay out there. Them is the ones I thinking about. Me thinking about me. You see the young folks right now, them is what I thinking about. Who can't get a job, who can't pay rent, who on the street. Let Kamala and them go so with the 1 cent self if that the case, man. Walk in town and stand up and see how much young men and women today sit down on the promenade with chair and sleeping on the promenade and they go understand. You're segregating a certain part of society like if they're bad. But always the biggest criminals because all they're running a whole cabal. All they're doing people evil and injustice. Imagine you telling me it's unconstitutional right now to carry on that SOE for so long. We in SOE since since November last year. We in the 6th year in the month, so check it. Just now, if you give it time, it's a whole year we under state of emergency.
July, but it's more
no real crime plan. We have 2 men who in charge, 3 people in charge in ministry, defense ministry, national security, and 3 of them don't know what's going on. 3 of them right now using the ministry portfolio for personal benefit. You feel them really care about this country and what's happening? You decide to put on the gun and come out and march because they fed up and all because nothing happening. Instead of all they try to welcome the initiative and see how they could talk to them, all they try to oppress them. A video surfaced on TV showing officers unaliving Joshua Samaru and paralyzing the wife, and the DPP are sending instructions to charge these officers, and you know what they do? All they swing that story 360 degrees around and come and want to send charges to the girl who paralyzed now. Which part in history you ever see wrongdoing and they saying it right? Girl, if I had to die right, so be it. I cares about nobody in Trinidad and Tobago if it come to that, boy. If I had to die right, so be it. Because there's too much nonsense going on. All they're saying, I'm taking taxpayers' money and living all their best life. Frequent flyer miles, vehicles, gas free, grocery free, everything. Why is a man can't have a job? Barry Parrott come and take away all the things that was making people happy with a little job. CPEP, the Forestry Division, URP, all this. Right now we have over 110,000 people jobless. Somebody says 65,000 one day and it has more to go because the Arima Borough Corporation right now have no money to pay the workers, so they're going to start to retrench too. And it's coming down the board. So when you watch and you pay attention to what's going on, I don't have no respect for my Prime Minister. I don't care if she hear me, she vex me, no business about that. Me ain't cussing the gods, you know. But letting she know right is right, wrong is wrong. Stop oppressing your people because you're showing clearly you do not care about nobody in the country. All they do is use people to get votes. If you have a vendetta against the country, all they should have been doing better. And this is what I'm saying. No matter who in government, especially this one, this is the worst. This is the most bad behaved government I have ever seen in Trinidad and Tobago. Them here now. Government is to get on bad, you know, but not like today, girl.
You know when.
And all sleeping on that rock and feel like it's what? Girl, I will talk until I dead if that is the case. If they have to use me to sacrifice myself for the greater good of the nation at Trinidad and Tobago, then so be it. Because nobody in Muslim me, you know. Nobody in coming, no police officer looking to feel go put their hand on me and they see me nowhere and do me nothing. Because coming out in the face and let them know straight too. Enough is enough. Girl, I lost my entire family, including 3 brothers to murder. Girl, if like I go through this right through. I have friends who every day they call me, they're frustrated, they're unhappy. I have friends who unalive this because they can't keep up with what's going on. I have people right now who can't mind the trend. Look, school coming up next month, school going and close this month here. Next month, parents have to look for money to buy books. 110 100,000 people now working. Where they get money to send the trend for the new academic year come September. We have people waiting for grocery. We have people begging for things all over the place. Come on. And instead of you show solidarity with the people and try to fix the problem, all they're taking $3.4 billion some money that not belonging to all here, but belong to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, but want to get AGC contract for 11 contractors. When all they realize all they get blocked, so all they want to take $100 million now and get land TT. And when they realize they get blocked, so they're just looking for projects to spend money to waste so they can push money in the pocket. Girl, do all their homework, boy. You know how much government ministers have wife, side girl, cousin, nene, and auntie working in places where they don't even have an experience about? In charge of millions of dollars? Do all your homework, boy, and realize all the civic duty as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. We recycling the same politician over and over and over. You're telling me you could hold a 1 cent in here and feel go turn 25 cents? We recycling the same politicians. So when we get this result now, we can't vex. Because they were showing the ugly head. They didn't show it as ugly as how they're showing it now, but they were showing it up. How much of them name calling all kind of thing? How much bacchanal? How much of them end up before the Privy Council? How much of them end up bacchanal? Kamala still went and put people who have matters before the court of Trinidad and Tobago on the panel of the government. So you're trying to show me with good sense, you can let good sense prevail and look for somebody who have no matters and stand on righteousness. You go on and hire men who 40 million live sport, David Lee, this one, that one, and you know them as well. You know they're doing wrong. So we're showing the nation. You feel it's only I alone looking on, or them youngsters looking on, girl, they're talking about it. But school children talking about it right now, why? School children come out to protest in Port of Spain and all block them. How you feel going and view the TTPS? The TTPS confidence is at an all-time low. All they're bringing out new speed guns. So much procurement and millions of dollars spent to buy them new speed guns. They'll never tell all you. Body cameras is the issue today. Because police officers saying they're not wearing none. If they have to wear any, they go quit their work. Why? Because they don't want nobody see you doing wrong. Why all that SOE going on so long while they're walking in, people are kicking on, door, beating man, locking up man, telling protesters they can't protest. First time in history I see a government so defiant and deceitful. And this not going and continue, not under my watch. I say if I had to dead for the whole of Trinidad and Tobago to be good, then so be it. I don't tell some all they're ready for, they're not ready for this, stay away from this, because this going to get more serious here, you know. If all they're not ready for this, stay away from this.
This is serious.
Fight on this. I fighting for the rights. I fighting for people who can talk for this. If all going to and some people line up by RBC Bank in the night, sleeping underneath the cover and eating food in the cold. Watch how much young men and women in Port of Spain have to be pushing trolley and on Charlotte Street selling goods and all over the place. You feel everybody lucky for the family to dead and give them something. Some people start from no inheritance and no handouts. So let them pay attention. This tit for tat thing with we as a people, we need to stop this racial division. We need to stop that with the government war. Every time we get defiant as a public, them have more reasons right now to extend the West. So you all watch. There's a mind game thing going on. All ain't seeing that hour is a spiritual warfare in Trinidad and Tobago, and them using the god of evil to align the pockets and the friends and the family while they telling the country hold on, is all are we broken same way. So Jeffrey, as always, I respect for your program, I respect for everybody on the panel and by wider the world. But right now, they one black man had enough, boy. I'm telling you, Jeffrey, there's one black man had enough, boy.
I too, boy.
My son in this mess, boy. They one black man had enough, boy.
I too, boy. I had enough.
How much our young black men falling by the wayside, boy. We had about 7 murder in 12 hours. Criminals had their hands so deep in the TTPS pocket before they go and put on a crime here. They let the police know, well, all they don't come to us yet. When we don't do what we do, all they go think, because why? Some of these criminals holding thing over these police and them head and blackmailing them or getting them small money to turn the other way. Why is crime being committed all over Trinidad and Tobago? So when we go stand up, you know, the neighbor go say me care because it reach to your doorstep. But when it reach by your doorstep, is when then you go understand. When it reach by your doorstep, is when then you will understand.
Yes,
so
yes.
All who laughing and balling the UNC is the best thing. All who supporting the UNC right now is people who suffering too, you know. And always a bunch of fools to be supporting people who take bread out all their mouth, all their family mouth, and all their neighbor mouth, and how they suffering to them, and all they still supporting these people. But they the worst reckless behavior ever see with government, boy. And I will stand behind Penny 110 million%. Because you know what? She never lead Trinidad and Tobago, and when she leave, she will lead with love and goodness, because she has been building communities before she was somebody important in this life. Take it from me, I know. If he lock it a police station bill, so Penny help build that. Lock it a community center bill, Penny help build that. Come on.
And with
that,
talking
about who do like and every day. You feel as we getting rich, is the 1%, as the China and them getting rich, is we staying poor, is we under oppression, So if you're not ready for this, stay off the people panel and don't come out and look for free talk.
And with that, Trinidad and Tobago, yeah. I would like to tell you, the national public, everybody that is outside here, Penny, PNM is the way right about now. It a no if, no but, no maybe. PNM is the way. The only way. Go ahead, Trinity. Go ahead. And I'm here, Trinity. And we're looking to end off because we done on this program here for quite some time. So, Trinity, let me hear your side of the story. And then we go ask everybody who on the panel here to make their final contribution while we end off again until tomorrow, Trinidad and Tobago. So, let me hear, Trinity.
The Honorable Prime Minister make a deal with the devil. Say it with my full chest. It's like she not trying at all to make this country a better place. It's like she's saying whatever happened. This lady have been in office for a whole year and she has not done one media cabinet briefing. She has not been at the podium for a whole year. And she have no excuse why. She put in SOE after SOE because she don't have a crime plan. She have two incompetent ministers for national security who just come in office for the bag. Right? People get locked up for just basically stating their opinions. You look up an innocent man for saying your God false, which is true. The God is false because there's only one God, which is Jehovah, and nobody never see that God in the entire life. You understand? But we know He's real. You're making the streets hard for people. People afraid to walk the streets. People just rather stay in the house because they know they're going to be safe in the house that walk the streets, because they don't know if they walk the streets, they don't know if they're coming back home alive or if they're coming back home safe. You understand? Because at the end of the day, you could go on the road for a bag of bread, right? And a police could provoke you into anger and throw you in a jeep. Because that's what the TTPS is doing. The TTPS job right now is to provoke you into anger and give you a reason to put you in jail. Like them having a competition. The more people I put in jail, the more merits I get. And it's only black people getting locked up. No, but no other race, only black people. Now a lot of people that say it had no racism, but it do have racism in Trinidad and Tobago. And right now it is about race. Because if we check it, it's only black people getting locked up. It's only black people they put it in jeep and giving ridiculous charges. Some ridiculous charges. Who makes up a law during an SOE because of a peaceful protest that we supposed to be having, that is our rights? Think about it. Right? The UNC is a failure government. I am so sorry that I voted for this government. I thought we was getting a betterment. I thought we was getting change. But apparently, we're not getting no change. The government watching me in the face and laughing and saying, that is what all you have to get. Stay hungry. But the children stay hungry. I feed all you. Why I had to feed all you? All you accepted it. Take that now. It's at times that I just sit down and cry.
Because I just wonder why we have to be living like this in the country. We wasn't like this. When Pandey and Manning was opposition and prime minister, we wasn't living like this. When Rowley was prime minister, we wasn't living like this because Dr. Keith Rowley, even though, yes, he have his ways, but at least everybody was feeding, everybody was getting paid. This man carried through 2 or 3 years of COVID and people had the jobs. You come in office for 1 month and more than 70,000 people lost their work. That is that no, I don't understand that much. Is that your meeting?
Well, Trinity, I realize you're on the ball here. You have been in and out, but we're reaching up to the end of the program. We done past 3 hours and going and thinking. So let me move on to Cherry. Cherry, what is your final comment on this on this topic here that we're talking? Cherry, going once, going twice. Cherry, what's your final?
Right here. I just have one closing contribution, and that is for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, it is hard, but I am pleading, don't give in to the tactics. They want us to come out and give an uproar so that they can get the upper hand. Please, I am begging you guys, don't give up on your jack, please, to get hang. Please hold on to your jack. We will soon find an avenue to deal with this, you know. Because you could see how serious the oppression is. A blind man, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, all of them could see the oppression. The life we are living right now, it is not nice. I ask God for His divine intervention over the nation of Trinidad and Tobago. I am pleading with these citizens, or you look out for your brothers and sisters or your neighbors. Look out for them and don't give the TTPS no reason to put their hands on you, because that is what they want. I plead the blood of Jesus Christ over the life of everyone on this panel and the nation by extension. Because the only person can save us right now is the one true living God that we serve.
Well, with that, let me hear Megatron closing comment on this platform here this afternoon, because we're winding down.
Yeah, I wanna say, let me tell you something. I respect everybody's opinion, but it's time for the opinion to done. Because I intend to come out from behind this phone and stand up in their face with a bullhorn with thousands of people and let them know, you see, all the attitude that had to change. Because all the damaging we country, the defiant behavior of the UNC government right now is mashing up our country. We're no longer a sovereign nation. You hear? And we're following the likes of the United States of America because we're trying to align ourselves with their policies. No, we can't do that. It's time for we to really stand up and see what's going on. Because people keep voting in the same government. Try something new. Or eating the same food right through God. It had the same taste. Try something new. If they're not willing to get it act together for 25 years, or let's try something new. Start something fresh. And Jeffrey, when you have time, and I'm telling you this now, I would like to be invited on your programming where he is and sit down and talk with you while you're on programming. Because there's a lot I need to iron out right now.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say respect to you, and I consider everything that you're doing, and I'm proud of you for standing your ground. I'm proud of everybody for coming and talking, but we need to come out from behind the phone now. Time to come out from behind the phone. I want them to see me, hear me. That is what I want them to do. Because at the end of the day, this is failure thing, and my black people, we suffering too much. We falling by the wayside. So, as I say, Jeffrey, thanks for allowing me the conversation and the time to speak on the program. Locked on and listening.
Well, Megatron, you're always welcome to come on this platform. Once you down on the side, I from Point. So you had to come down quite Point. But I nothing. That is small thing because you ain't had to take no plane. So Ashton Taylor, what's your final comment on this topic here this afternoon?
Right. Well, same as Megatron, we understand that it's time we take a stand and we do something. But what I'm saying is also doing that. I should say we can't try to jack the head hand. Right? And I know for a fact that the opposition is planning to take this SUV, if they continue the SUV, to court. If that is done, we would have to get up and get out in front of the Red House, in front of Woodford Square, in front of wherever we'd have to get up and get out there. It's a no maybe about it. It's a no we talking here, and then on the day now we're supposed to go out, or have to go to work, or have this to do. No. It's not that. Because what the government, what the opposition is going to do, the dark fact what they're trying to go to get this SUV come to an end is to defend our civil rights. And because we can't let the opposition go there and try to defend our civil rights. And we sit down home. That can't work. So when that time comes and the call come out, we have to go out.
Yeah.
What I calling on to is my brothers and them out there who committing these murders. All you please, I begging all you. Let me stop that shoppiness now. Let me stop that shoppiness because we killing out ourselves for no reason at all. No reason we killing out ourselves, and then all you notice what's going on, we killing out ourselves. On one side we killing out ourselves, and the next side we are the government oppressing we, suppressing and oppressing we. Oh look, come on, we better than that as a nation. We better than that because all the men who killing themselves, who killing out one another, they know each other, they went to school with each other, they grew up with each other. And this is what the Peace March Wednesday was about. We know each other, we grew up with each other. I sit down in your house, you sit down in my house. We play marble pitch, whoever do that. Because I from back in the old school days. We play football in the road and bust up with two and all kind of things together. So why now when we get big, we have to want to kill one another? Let me stop that shit because of that is what the government now oppressing we, suppressing we, and keeping we like slaves. So that is all I really have to say now. Let me start to get the things right. When time ready, when time call, we need everybody to stand up.
True. So Oye done wait for the clarion call because the time coming where we will call on all the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to stand with us in a peaceful march, regardless of what they say. I ain't afraid lock up. They could come wrong and beat me or do whatever, but I am convicted Trinidad and Tobago in what I am doing. It's not a if, no, what, or maybe. And Olive Jack, what's your closing contribution here this afternoon? You know you is my distinguished guest here on this platform. What's your closing comment?
My closing comment is what we saw Wednesday with the youths, we realizing that they want change. They want a difference in their life. And we as the older head have to keep them. We have to keep them focused. We cannot afford for them to go back to where they want to come out from. We have to continue to talk. We have to come together as one to help them. Because when we fall, they will just go back to where we don't want them to remain. So we have to come together. You know, sometimes we go disagree to agree, but we have to continue to stand for the youth and for the nation of Trinidad and Tobago to become a better place. That our children can continue to live happy. It's not going to be easy, but the start is to stand with one another. We have to start somewhere for us to go down the road of being together and standing for the rights of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And I appreciate very much you having me on your program. And to all who are on the panel, I view your all points. You all have strong points. But we have to continue to stand up. We can't just leave this like that. We have to continue to talk. We have to come out there. We cannot go into a fear zone with the tactics they're using to keep us silent. We have to talk. We have to continue to talk. We is not to give up our rights. We is not to go into no silent mode for them to have the upper hand on us. Because the youth watching it, the youth watching, they're listening to where we going and how strong our support is for them.
Yeah.
And just what I see Wednesday there, it just gives me more strength to fight for them. For a better tomorrow, a better future for them. Right? And it was nice having you all sharing your opinion on what taking place, because we never had, this country was never like how it was. Like how it is now, it was never like this. This is the worst I ever think. Being in politics all the years I know being in politics, this is the worst. This is the worst. And we can't sit down on that.
Yeah.
We cannot sit down on that. We can't just sit down and believe that we could just be pushed in a corner and be silenced by the threats and the intimidation. We have to stand up for the youth's sake, for the younger generation, for the older heads. We cannot walk to go to the polls anymore. We have to stand up to bring Trinidad and Tobago back on its feet. And being silent won't do anything. We have to talk. It's our rights and we have to do it.
Well, Olive, thanks, Olive Jack, thanks for joining us here. And trust me, I tell you, your presence was very much welcome. Please, 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 please reach out to me in the message, and I would like to have a conversation with you, as well as Ashton, because what we are doing here, people in understanding. I understand you, you know. You feel I understand you, you know. I know that you had all rights to stop do what you're doing, and I still seen you doing it. I still seen you keeping live. I still seen you coming up and talking about the issues. I still seen you doing it. And I know for sure that you're convicted and they ain't break here. No matter how much weeks they keep you ain't break.
No.
Let God be the glory. Great things He has done. And may the Lord bless you and keep you in what you are doing. Sister, receive this blessing that I give you here tonight. Receive the blessing. Yeah, sister.
We don't have a national flag no more.
Oh, good.
Because whenever that minute of fame is, our prime minister do whatever little clipping, but it never the national flag. It's always the party flag. We don't have a national flag no more.
You're talking something there, eh?
Yeah, boy, you bring up a strong point there.
And it's the truth. The media would have pick up on them when they ask them the first time, why are you not keeping any press release in the press conference room? And you know what the intention was? Them keeping that in the UNC headquarters. For certain reason, I will reveal that in the next show. Trust what I'm saying. I will reveal that in the next show. True way saying, Cherry. True way saying. But not all things is so.
National flag. We might be probably the only nation that may not have an independence parade again. Republic Day parade. So we don't have independence no more. Independence parade in 2025. When last you hear that since we became independent?
Cherry, hold your horses. We have tomorrow. Hold your horses. Because I want Olive Jack to come here tomorrow too, so we could talk the things. Olive, don't call me. Cherry, I know you think I want you to start from the beginning. So tomorrow we having a show here tomorrow. And trust what I said. I want you two women, or you two powerful women. One from Tobago, one from Trinidad. I want you here on this show tomorrow so we could talk the thing here on this platform. So thanks for joining us here. And we had to lock off.
I love everybody. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Yes.
For yourself and all your family. In the name of Jesus, everybody have a good evening.
For real, in the name of Almighty God. So thanks for joining us here this afternoon, people. Right, so we are here and we are going. Today is a different day, and you know, we had to do something, you know. We had to do something. I, for myself, I am going. Thanks for joining us here. Thanks to all the loyal listeners, the followers. Or you show some love on YouTube. Put the thumbs up button. Subscribe to our platform. Subscribe to what we are doing here today. Is the least I can do. And to you that want to contribute some, we would send our bank account number that or you could donate into the bank account. Because what we are doing here, trust what I'm saying, the strain has beyond us some of the times. See, Candace come from quite sandy grandly, she jump in and I pull she in, so she has to give a contribution here tonight, this evening, a matter of fact. So yo, thanks for watching us. Thanks for being a part. To all who are outside there, who feeling dismay, to the many of you that feeling that oh yeah, alone fighting, I am here. Candace is here. The whole team is here. Trinity. Everybody is here. Good afternoon to you all, and we are out. Thanks for watching. Yes. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon.